All right, great to hear. So whilst we wait, you can go to the LMS and download the materials for today if you haven't already. Okay, so go to the LMS and do the download. So hopefully within 5 minutes, whatever the number is, it will start. So kindly go to the LMS if you haven't done that already. I checked and I realized that some have never been there. I don't know whether they are not part of the class, but shows that nobody, even for the other courses which has uh, other courses, there nobody has, some have not even gone there to check. So please let's do that. So in 4 minutes would start. Okay, so I don't know whether everything shows up, especially whether this one will be showing up on your page because you get access. It opens at 11 a.m. That's the homework for this week, for week 3. So I don't know whether you have access. Can you see my page,
Yes,
my
it's
screen?
showing. You have access.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so the notebooks, again, I'm not too sure how it's showing on your page also. If it's showing this, when you click it, it's going to download, I think 3 notebooks. No, 2. I've sent the homework. The homework is going to be at the where it's supposed to be. So you get to the live coding and then the guide. Okay, that's one. You get those ones here. Then there are some files that we would need. So this one will be more or less the data. Okay, let me show them in my. So for data, for in the what you're going to be getting about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 items that you would need to that is there. In fact, it is 8 because one, which is a CSV file, that one will go to the processed. So all the ones which have the extension JSON, okay, JSON should drop that one in the raw folder. Okay, let's drop that in the raw folder. Have you seen them? There are 8 of them, but 7 is what is going. One of them, which is the processed, will go into, it's a CSV format data, will go into the CSV, will go into the processed folder. I hope you understand what I'm saying. If you understand, let me know so that I see how else I can explain.
Please, can you go over again? My network was a bit
Okay. So I was saying
bad.
that apart from the notebooks, so the notebooks, they are, this time when you download, you get 2 instead of 3. That's the normal one, the normal thing that we've been doing. So you get, but the 2 is going to the guided lab and then the live coding. That is what you would get. The homework is at the homework page. So that there later when it's open, I don't know whether it's showing now, but I'm not sure it should be showing on your page. You should also get access to the homework later. So these are the 2 files you get for the notebook. Then for the data side, you're going to be downloading. In fact, where you are, should have probably separated them, but you're going to be getting 8 files, but 7 of them are .json, JSON. So the .json will go into the raw folder. Okay, the folder we've been using. So the JSON should go into the raw folder, and then the CSV should go into the processed folder.
So are you saying that we should copy the JSON and put it in the raw folder?
Yes.
Okay.
So when you download it, copy it into the JSON, into the raw folder, and then the CSV should go into the processed folder.
Hello, sir. But when I downloaded the notebook, I had only one. I had only the guarded lab. It's only one. And when I downloaded the JSON, it was only one file that came. I'm not seeing the 7, as you
Is
said.
this the same for everyone? Are you at week 3? I
Yes,
hope you're at week
yes,
3.
Prof. Yes, Doc. It's the same. Yes,
Only one.
Yes, only one.
yes, Doc.
Uh, okay, let me. Okay, so I don't know. As you can see, there are two files here. So I can't tell why. Yeah, so there are two files. I don't know why both are not showing.
Hello, Doc.
Yeah.
Please, I'm having a challenge. I've created the informatics for economics. I've created a notebook. I've created the raw data and process. But if I'm trying to copy and paste the data in the raw and the process, it's not. I can't. I'm having a challenge.
You have to download first. But people are saying they're only getting one file. But here I'm also seeing two files here.
Uh, so sir, I see.
I have two files. I have two files there.
They're live coding and then they're guided.
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know why
So,
others are seeing
so I
only.
see. So sir, I see Wk3 JSON files. JSON, is that the file?
Yeah, I
Those
see
are
week
those.
3 Jason, and then week 3 homework.
Sorry, come again.
I see Wk3 API page .1 JSON file. I don't know if that is the.
Yeah, so there's JSON file also. Okay, so the JSON file are the files that are going to be downloaded. So that one also, let me check how many are there currently. So as you can see here, I'm sure you can see more than one.
But I cannot see, or maybe I'm not opening it well. I don't know.
And there's this one, which is the
I think
CSV folder.
one of the folders is right below the week 3 title.
Yeah, that one is the notebook. Maybe someone should share their page so I can see what you see. Okay, I'm not too sure. Let me see appearance. Who would want to share their page so I can see what you see on your side?
I'll try to see if I can.
Okay, so I'm stopping. I'll stop sharing so you can share yours.
It's like
Hmm. Let me see.
Are you sharing? It's not showing here.
I'm trying to log in. I'm using to
No, okay.
I'm coming, sir. So that's
Are you almost close to share?
yeah. So show chart. Looks like I lost the interface.
Sharing my own should have
Okay.
Okay, somebody's sharing.
so week 3.
Yeah.
When I download the notebook, I'm seeing only one over here. Over here. Then when I download the JC file, it's also 2. The guide and the other one. Because I have downloaded it 20 times, sorry. The
Yeah,
other
so
ones
it's
are not
showing
showing.
quite. Oh, that's interesting. No, you have gone into week 2. So
This is
yeah, no, I think that's one too many. Hmm. Click on the I don't know, I'm not sure that will work, but anyway, click on those 3 lines on the upper left, just under there. So those ones is still just the individual. So click on the week 3 notebook. Let me see. No, the notebook. No. Go down. Go back and do what you just did. Just click back on the arrow. No. It's up. Okay, so go down, scroll down. Then click on the arrow by week 3 so that it expands. No, go down to week 3. Go down to week 3 and click on the arrow by week 3. There's something like go to week 3.
okay.
Then so scroll down. Then click on the week 3 notebooks. It's still just downloads.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Maybe some editing issues here. Let me check if I can.
Okay.
Uh, so let's stop the recording. Folder. So my folder is in the collab notebooks. Okay, my own is in the collab notebooks. So I have data and then notebooks. Okay, this one I created it just recently, but it still contains some few things. I'm see week 3. Okay. So data, you should have data and then notebooks. So in your data, you should have the processed and then the raw online. Okay, those who are following with me. Then in the raw, you should see the things that you've uploaded. So hopefully you should see all the Wk3 items that you have uploaded. And hopefully if you added the Wk2 materials also, you should also see them there. But we are today concentrated on Wk3. So you should see all the 7 this is the rows, yeah. So all the 7 items that you place there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I hope you can see it. Then if you go to the processed, you should see, so I can see the Wk3. So let's concentrate on the Wk3. So the Wk3 API panel, if you place it in the processed folder. Then if you should go back to the main folder and I go to the notebooks, then searching for Wk3, I should have the Wk3 guided, Wk3 homework, and then where's my Wk3 lab? Live coding. Okay. Okay, sorry, here's it. Wk3 live coding. So here we are. So this is where you should all be in your notebook now, online. If you are there, just double click on the Wk3 live coding. You double click on it. It should open in the Google Colab. Let me see thumbs up if you are there. Thumbs up if you are here.
Come again, please. Come again.
Come again on which one?
To go and double click and it will appear in the Google Drive.
Yeah, please, I'm begging all of us. Let's try and follow. Otherwise, we're going to be dragging the class back. Okay, so once I do it, just try and follow. Stop any other thing that you are doing. Unless you are, even if you are getting the data into the folder, you pause and then watch what I'm doing. Otherwise, you drag us back. So I'm saying that in the notebook online, go to your drive online. The folder for this class should be in the Google Drive because we have been using Colab. So in the folder for the class, mine is informatics for economics. I have data, notebooks, and student material. You should have data and then notebooks if you created them last time. Then in your notebooks, look for Wk3 live coding. So Wk3 live coding, and then double click on it, and that should open this. So I saw one thumbs up. Is it only one person that has been successful? Is it the same one or is this a new thumbs up? 3. Okay. So I have 3 out of 28 students. Is that the case?
So is that in the notebook? We look for
Wk3
I have
live coding.
okay. I've seen the notebook, but I'm not seeing the Wk3 live coding. So
Yeah, it means that you have not dropped it into it.
yeah,
When you
yeah.
downloaded it, you're supposed to drop in the notebooks into the notebook folder. So do that and then you should have it.
Okay.
So again, I'll try as much as possible to upload for next week, all materials, at least by Friday, would be online. If I can do it much earlier, I'll do that. But by Friday, it should be online. All these processes that we've gone through, try and do them before the class so that we don't have to spend a lot of time on this. We've spent almost an hour trying to do setup. Okay, that's a lot of time gone. Okay, so I'll
So,
try.
sir,
Yes,
sir,
Mustafa.
I don't know, but some of us we need some baby steps. So I don't know if it would be possible to maybe give us, not now, but later, to maybe give us a small baby step write-ups on this setup issues, because I think the setup issues take a lot of time, because some of us opening and downloading and those things, using these interfaces is a challenge. That's just my observation. Thank you.
All right, I'll try. I'm just
I
hoping
know
that
they are basic, but
after
for
2
some of
weeks of
us,
going through
it's
this,
also
we really shouldn't be.
a bit challenging.
All right, I hear you, Mr. Mustafa.
Thank you.
Yeah, Abraham.
Yes, thank you. Truly, there's a challenge, but
Abraham, go ahead.
we try not to drag you along. You see, most of us we are new to most of the softwares that we are using. Since day one, we want to follow. So week 2, we were expecting that they would have released the video recording, so that those that we lagged, we could have catch up. We are trying our best to follow, but we are having rare challenges. We are telling you, few people might be saying yes, 5 or 6, but most of us too, we are really lacking behind. So I'm pleading with you, take it cool for us, though you have a limited time, but pleading, take it cool with us so that we can follow. And if you can request them to release the video so that in the weekdays we can catch up. Thank you.
All right, boss, I hear you. Has the week 2 video been released, or it hasn't been released yet?
It hasn't been released. So we couldn't even follow last week. The homework some of us couldn't do. And we have to do week 3.
Okay. So as I said, the problem is that I am not, if I was using my own Zoom, then I would have access to the recording. I don't, because it is from your center, they are the ones who get the recording and can upload it. So I don't have access to that. Anyway, I don't know whether the guy who helped me to set up the LMS would have any idea, but I can't tell, so I'll speak to him and see. Always the ICD person is always online, but when I try to call, he doesn't respond. He or she doesn't respond, so I don't know whether he's here or not. So anyway, so I'll try again. I'll probably talk to the administrator who contacted me to tell me that I have to be teaching. So let's see. Okay, so thank you. Any other concern, or that's your concern? So let me just give you a few minutes to are we set up now?
Yes, dog.
Yes, dog.
Is that majority or it's just a few? At least if you give me thumbs up, I can know the number, because I'm always getting a few people saying yes, a few hands up, and as to whether you are doing it or not. Don't take it down. So just let the thumbs up be there until I say you should go down. So currently I'm seeing only 3. Unless some of us don't know where to do the thumbs up. Debbie, is it a hands up or it's a thumbs up? Is it a question, Debbie?
No, dog. No,
Okay,
dog,
so
it's not a question.
okay. So it means you've been able to set up. All right. So let's all see if you have the files in the Google Drive, whether you can double click and then get to this page so we can start.
Dog, please, I'm just able to access the Google Classroom, so I'm downloading the files.
Okay. Any other one? Any other person? Do you have a lot of people? Okay. My only challenge now, because of your complaint
Doc,
in
I'm
getting the
also
video.
trying to download the files.
Hey,
I think they should download from the LMS since that one is zip, so that you download it once.
yeah, so go to the LMS. You've tried it, eh? It worked?
Yes, it works.
Yeah. So you can go to the LMS, and then when you download it, it will download in a zip file. So you can get everything. You don't have to do it one. I think I should have done the same thing in the classroom, but it was later that I realized I was trying it there. So if you click it, everything will download in the zip file. And I wish I'll just continue, but you complain of not getting the video, and I can't also promise whether even when I get to them, whether they'll release the video on time. I can't even tell. Those who are set up, kindly give us a few minutes, then we'll start. I beg you. So those who are yet to set up, can we do this in 3 minutes? Okay. If you are still downloading, just rather go to the LMS platform instead. Now it is okay. When you click on it, it will download in a zip format. Okay, you can see the zip format, and then when you click, you open it. Hopefully, mine should open. When you open that, you should see the two files. The same way for this also. It's also a zip file now. It should open. When you download, you see all the materials in there.
Hello, Doc.
Yes.
One, I've
This
downloaded the other files, but I have the Wk3 Garden Lab. I don't have the live coding.
Have you refreshed? If you refresh, you should download in a zip file. You shouldn't download just a single one. So just refresh your page. Okay. Refresh it like I'm doing now.
Okay.
Where did you learn from? From the LMS or from the Google Classroom?
On the Google Classroom.
Or the Google Classroom, that one, you have all that. You have all the 3 items, even the homework. You have 1, 2, 3. Can you see my page?
No, correct. I'm on my Google Drive now.
Yeah, even if in terms of that, you can see that there are 3 items, notebooks here. So it can't be one. We have to download them individually if you are doing it here. But I've said if you are doing it on the LMS, you can download everything at once. Can I go ahead? There are 29 of you here, but mostly a few people are talking. So as to whether you are following or not, I can't really know.
No, please give us a few minutes and then.
How far?
Doc,
Hey,
that
please
question.
kindly complete the process after getting it from the LMS. Having opened the zip file and everything, how we get it onto the Google Drive, finally.
Yeah, so do you have the folder, the main folders in the Google Drive? Did you create a folder for this class in the Google Drive?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
so
So
if you open that, in that folder, you should have two main things, notebook and then data. In the notebook, copy and paste all the notebook, the 3 notebooks that you have, or the 2 notebooks, whichever, wherever. I think you will have 2 if you went to the LMS. So copy that and place that one in the notebook folder. Then for the other one, the one on the data, one of them is CSV. Put the CSV file in the processed folder. Then the other 7, which are JSON files, put them in the raw folder. Are we clear with that? Or
yes,
are
sir.
you clear with that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So do I assume we are good or I'm moving too fast? The problem is that for those who have been able to do it long time now, they'll be feeling very bored here.
They shouldn't feel bored at all.
No, that you can't. That's how it just comes.
Okay.
You don't force it. It just comes on its own.
So,
So if you've done that, go to the notebook. Okay, go to the notebook and look for week 3 live coding. Okay, week 3 live coding, and then double click on it. Okay, week 3 live coding online. Sorry, do it online, not this time. Go online. Okay, go to your Google Drive online and then double look for the folder. Okay, try and trace the folder. Go into the notebook, then look for week 3 live coding. Okay, we are doing that online. Those who have just set up, have you been able to get here?
Doc, please, I want to clarify something. You mentioned that we should put the CSV in the process file and the JSON file in the what do you call it? The raw folder, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Those who are waiting for us, you can, if you've opened the notebook, you can try and be reading. This time I've tried to make the notebook as self-explanatory as possible. I don't know whether I've been able to achieve that for learning, but yes, you just be scrolling through and be reading what the things around it, and let's see whether pulse you wait. So, and those we are waiting for, are we in the folder? Are we gone online? Can we see it there? Has somebody been able to double click the week 3 and opened it to this side? Those who are just setting up.
Doc, please, you're on it.
The thumbs up. Who is that? Abraham, are you okay now? We've set up everything now,
Yes, please. It has been set up.
and you have opened it to this point.
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, so I'm having other times up, which means that they are good. Everyone is good. Priscilla is good. Okay, the other hand is gone down. So what's happening to my screen? Okay, so I'm very sure I can start now. Very, very sure. Okay, I'm sure silence means I can start. Nobody's responding no, so. All right, so, hey, Charles.
Yes, Doc. Please, I just extracted the files. Which one? You said that the CSV should go to the processed file or the raw one or the raw folder.
In the processed.
Okay.
Please, if anybody here is here to set up, can you get a pen and paper and then write these ones down so that we don't always go, because we've said this about several times. Okay, so if anybody is still here to set up, we are saying that the CSV goes to the processed, the other 7 which are JSON goes into the raw, the notebooks goes into the notebook folder. Then now you go online, you open Google Drive online, trace to the folder, go to the notebook in that folder, look for Wk3 live coding, double click on it, and you should be here. So I'm begging you, if you are not yet here, kindly write down the process so that you can follow it. I'm sorry if it looks like I'm now losing my patience. I don't know, but I'm sorry.
Not really, sir.
So that's okay.
This thing not here.
Okay. So even we are yet to I think we'll look at certain things before we even start doing the coding. So those are yet to get here. You can listen in. Let me start the recording. No, it was even the screen. I think it wasn't the recording I didn't post. Oh dear Lord. Okay. All right. So Charles, is your hand still up or you're okay? You have a question again? Okay, all right. Have you been able to set up now?
Yes, I'm uploading the files to the raw folder.
Okay. You can copy all at once and put them in. You don't have to do it one at a time. All
Okay,
right.
Doc.
So whilst you are doing that, and the rest are also, some are also still doing that, and those who are here and okay, welcome to week 3. And this week, what we are trying to do is learn how to collect data online. Here, we are saying economics data because it is most of the thing we're going to do here is economics related. However, this process can be used for any other process. But again, this is just the beginning. I mean, the one aspect of how to get data online. I'm sure some of you have heard of web scraping. Okay, so this is more or less a form of web scraping, although we are not using some of the packages like Beautiful Soup and the rest. Okay, so here, because it's more targeted towards certain sites, okay, where you can get economic data. Okay, if you go to maybe Yahoo Finance, you can go to World Bank site, you can go to Fred. All of that, you'll be using the API style to be able to download data from there. The data there will not be in CSV format. Like someone's phone is vibrating. So you will not get it like the CSV format that we've been working on, okay, for the past 2 weeks. So for this week, we are moving away from that to see how we can get access to data sets on websites, okay? So week 3 is about learning how data collection works when the source is not a ready-made CSV file. So the CSV file that you downloaded, that is part of it. That is, so everything you're going to do is getting towards that, okay? What we want to do is to see how, based on all these different files that you're going to be extracting, we are going to combine them to finally create that CSV file that you have downloaded. And we're going to show you pretty soon. So I said that in earlier weeks, the data was already sitting in the table. So in a table format, and then this week is different. We start with an API style files, JSON files, API style JSON files. We collect records. We flatten the nested structure. Okay, so the data are nested in each other. Okay, they are nested. So within a certain file, you see other files within that file. Okay, data within data. Okay, so that is nested. So we are going to flatten it so that it's now have its own more or less like columns. We'll handle revisions and then reshape the results into one clean country year panel. Okay, so this, if you're getting a panel data. But if it's not a panel data, that may also be in a different format. But because we are working on a panel data, we would also reshape to get one clean data, country year panel data that we can analyze later. So what is an API? Okay, when we say API, what is it? So API stands for Application Programming Interface. Application Programming Interface. And it's a set of rules and protocols that allow two softwares to speak to each other, or two computer systems to speak to each other. So is that an API is a way for one computer program to ask another program for data or services. So you can think about it like when you go to the restaurant and you first request for food on the menu. Then the waiter comes to take your order. Okay, so the waiter will now go and process your order and then bring you your food on your table. So that is more or less the process. It's quite similar when you log in. When you log in into a platform, so you are sending an information that you want to log in. So when you enter your username and password, it is processed. And then when everything is fine, your username and password are correct and it exists on the platform, then it opens. So that whatever opens becomes the information that you get back. So that is the same way. So anytime you take your phone or you take your machine and you're requesting on things, clicking on information here and there online, is a request you are making. And then that request is processed and then given back to you. But what we are doing now is what? We are requesting for data. That data is not in a table format. So we're requesting it and it will come back in a JSON format, which we would now process to become and get it in a data or a CSV format for processing. Okay, so some examples of API I mentioned already. You can, World Bank has got, not every site has got has an API which you can have access to. Okay, or maybe they have not made it available. But World Bank has an API which is available. IMF also has an API. Some weather sites also have API. In fact, most often these sites that you go and look at your maybe the weather forecast or even Google Map, all of these, when you click on it to request, even like Uber or Bolt, when you're requesting and that map shows up, they are all just an API that is working on the background, getting you that information. Okay, so all of these are ways that you can, the sites that have their API available, then you can get access a key to it, process it, and then can get the data. Otherwise, some of them you have to scrape, and that also takes some other formats. That one will not be here. Anyone who wants to do that, you can always go online and see whether maybe later I can see if I can get some videos on that one also, put it online for you to get access to. Okay, so people scrape data from Twitter. When someone tweets and then people are commenting on it, you can analyze those comments. You can analyze those comments. YouTube link, you can analyze the comments that are there, and you have to scrape the data first, put it into a format that, and almost it also comes in more, I think it also comes in a JSON format, and then that is also analyzed. Okay, so that is what we are looking at. So what does a JSON file looks like? At least we know what a CSV looks like. So the CSV, so the CSV normally appears like an Excel format. So that's if you open it. Okay, to open, like you have an Excel. But if you should, in the folder, when you click on it and it previews, you realize that it is separated by commas. Okay, by a comma. Let me see whether can show you how it looks. Okay, this one is, say file cannot, let me try something. 1 second. All right, it's still not previewing. Still not previewing, so I'm not sure I can show you that one. Okay. So if you preview on the site, or say, if you're in a folder, you can click on, let's say, PDF and to show in a preview and can see what is there. If you click on Excel to open, and Excel you open Word. For the CSV, when you click on it, you realize that it is separated by commas. So this, something like this, the AGO 2015 2.2 7.4. You will see it in a box this way. You see it as commas 20 AGO, 2015, 2.2, 7.4, and so on and so forth. Okay, that is how you see it for each line. Okay, for each line, that is how you are going to see it. So that is a CSV format, and most data sets, most softwares prefer CSV because, or it is always preferred to save it in CSV because most softwares would always have a CSV. They can always work with CSV, even if not all. But most statistical software and programming software, CSV is a format that is common. Okay, although yes, others are opening up to add to other formats, but CSV is one which is always common. So now, JSON file. Okay, you've downloaded it, but if you double click on it, it won't. I'm not sure it will open because they don't have the maybe a JSON application that would open it. Maybe. So you said a JSON file is saved, a saved file that looks like the kind of API that will send back. So here, normally what it will contain is a page, then total pages, and then next page. It also contains a list of results. It will contain nested pieces inside each result. So each result would contain several other information, such as country details and indicator details. So in simple terms, I say Wk3 JSON files are like a frozen copy of an API response. So what we are doing this week, instead of trying to go online we may probably have issues of internet, and some things may not work. So what we've done is that we have created these API or JSON, the JSON files, which we are going to try to access. Okay, so but it's going to be different if you're going to be doing it online. Some few things would add up, which we'll probably look at when we get to the bottom. So how does it look like? So if you click on this, so let's all click on, click on this button under how an API looks like. So it will be running down there. When it's done, it will show us what it looks like. Okay, so it needs permit to connect to my drive. Let me give it the permission. So I don't know whether yours is also asking for permission. Oh.
And so it's asking to verify if it's me.
Yes, so go ahead. It's keeping quite long, but what we'll be expecting will be a page information at the top, which will have the results list and then a country and the nested country and indicator details inside one record. So when it does, when it's upload, see, I don't know why it's keeping too long today. Right now, if somebody's own opened,
I think mine failed.
Yours what? Yours failed.
Yeah.
Okay, so it could be in terms of the drive, your path. If you've copied everything,
mine opened. I think
yours opened, huh?
it's executing.
Has it created a file down?
Okay, so I think it's still executing. It says
okay. So those whose own has failed, click on the explain error. Okay. Abraham, was it yours that failed?
Please, yes, please.
So click on explain error, and then on the side, you when it shows up and it's giving the explanation, we saw what I've forgotten the person who showed that trick. You just type fix it, and hopefully it should correct the path. So yours, because this one is linking to my path, so that is how come. Okay, mine has also failed. Okay, so let me check what is wrong. Okay, so maybe that gives us a chance to solve it. Let's see. But here, I'm sorted and aligned. Content drive. Okay, so it could not mount it. So I'll probably have to restart it again and see whether it can mount.
I also failed.
Yeah. My error is reading file not found error.
File not found.
Means that the image file Wk3 API JSON example was not found at the whatever specific location.
Okay.
So I should hit the fix it.
Yeah, you click on the fix it. I'm coming. Okay, so
mine said mount failed.
Yeah, so do it again. Click on it again, and then it might have, and then follow the process. Make sure that you allow it. So this is what you should be getting. Otherwise, we can skip that one, but let's click on that. So actually, I can even use this site to show us how the JSON file looks like. So for instance, this is an example of how a JSON file will look like. So when I right click, I'm sure those who downloaded from online are from the Google Drive. You right clicked to open in a new tab, and this is how it came up. So this is how a JSON file looks like. Okay, if you can still see my screen. So you can see this is page 1. And then on page 1, it says it has the page size 700. Okay, that's the page size, and the total pages is 5. Yes, Charles.
Yes, Doc. My error is about the authorization process, but the options I'm seeing here I don't know whether I should select all or I should just select a few, because some of the options, it said you should see, edit, create, and delete all of your Google Drive files. Then view photos and videos and albums in your Google Photos.
So
And
if I don't select that one. Just select maybe the files. Okay, I don't know why it is asking for all of that. But again, these are all Google products. So Google already has access to all the things there. So whether you allow them or not, Google already has access to all of them. So this is just Colab, which is also a Google product. So whether you allow everything there, it doesn't really, I'm not sure. It's not something you've already not giving another app access to already.
Excuse me, sir. So,
Yeah, excused.
yeah, fix it. It has come accept and run, accept, cancel. Should I accept and run?
So just check what things did he add to the file. You realize if you
Is it that?
come, yeah,
Okay.
it has that it will color some things green. Those are the new additions. What can you see?
Green, 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 green. Okay. I'll say.
That's on the left, in the main.
Okay. I'll say one. Check if the file exists before displaying. If JSON
So
and
the problem is that it's either
underscore example.
you didn't copy the files into the folder you're supposed to copy them into.
I've copied everything on the raw, as you said. We
And
have
they are in the Google Drive.
yes, in the Google Drive.
Okay.
Wk3 AP page one.
So accept it and see. Accept and run and see whether it works. If you've
But
done that.
I think that the problem is the JSON is example. There's an example, but I don't have example in the one that you give. Or it's not a problem.
No, so if you check, I'm going to the classroom. So it's actually pa, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 country reference indicator. No, so it is even generated on its own. So yes, go ahead and do it.
I should accept and run.
Yes, accept and run. Let's see. Anybody else? Is anybody's own successful?
I had file not found when I did it the second time instead of the amount. So I am accepting to fix it to see.
Yeah, so let's try that and see. Anybody? There are a lot of you guys here, so please talk to me. Anybody, let me know whether anybody has been successful. Is that a no? Nobody has been successful, or most of you are not even doing it.
Okay. We are still trying to find a way. My error is could not find the first folder for the JSON example image.
Okay. Let me just check this.
look, I've authorized Google Drive several times, but there's still message error displayed on my screen.
Okay.
So Doc, mine too have take green. Okay, it has take, but instead of what you said it will show. No, I'm not seeing it. Or should I have to run it again on
So
the
you
play
run it
button?
again. Let's see. Run it again. Let's see. Okay. So maybe I've seen the issue here. So it's in the student materials folder. Okay. So I think I have to give you one other data set. So give me a second. Um. So let me find out again. So those who are not, they say file not found. Check here. You see that there's going to be more something like a black line underlining one of the commands. Which one has it underlined? Let me be sure before I do what I want to do. Charles,
Yes, Doc.
check the command here and see which one has it underlined. You see that there's a line, a curvy line under one of them.
Print is print into bracket F image file not found at JSON example path. I don't know if that's what you want.
That's the one that's aligned. Okay, who else?
Is
So
it a red zigzag underline?
okay, maybe red. Mine normally shows as black. That's why. So red, yeah. So the red one. Which one was it? Let me see
Doc,
whether it was the same as.
the message I had was the file not found error indicates that the notebook couldn't find the course root directory where the example image is located.
Yes. So I said that come to your left there where we click to get it running. In the
Okay.
command, in the syntax, you said that it has underlined a zigzag underlining of one of the lines here. And I'm asking which of them has it underlined?
So
I'm suspecting it's this one.
Mine says if course roots.
Not
Course
what it has said. Sorry, not what it has said. What it has underlined is what I want.
I say raise file not
Look,
found.
what is underlined is
Bracket
TMP IPY kernel 365
Sorry.
/2418. Can you hear me? Okay, so
No,
what is
within
that
the
underlined
syntax,
is?
not in the error message,
Yeah,
but in the
so
syntax.
yeah, in the syntax mine says the what is underlined is raise file not found error into brackets could not find the course folder. Please ensure it is in your Google and contains data and notebooks subfolders. Alternatively, uncomment and set the course
Okay,
root.
all right. So you are still reading the error message for me.
Mine is
Okay.
display.
So
Then I don't have anything zigzag again.
okay,
Is
that's fine.
if course root is none, raise then
That's fine.
file not found error. Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. I'm sending you the file. In fact,
Hi, Doc.
yes.
Hello, Doc. Please, my laptop is running the battery. I don't have light and it will be off very soon. So maybe I may drop off.
Sorry to hear. All right. Thanks for the heads up. I hope the rest of you have light where you are.
No, Doc. Mine just went off about an hour ago.
Okay. Sorry to hear that. So I've shared a picture. I've shared a picture. I've shared a picture with you on the in the chat. What I want you to do is okay. I don't want hopefully it has yeah. So if you download it, it has this name. Check. Can somebody check? It should have Wk3 underscore API underscore JSON. So this is this one.
Yes, sir.
So, sir, what
Okay.
you've shared in the chat, are we supposed to?
Yeah, so you're going to do something. I just want to make sure you have it.
Okay.
So now if you have it, let me go up there. I want us to do it in a few steps rather than all the other steps. So again, for me, my folder is in the Colab notebook. Is that what you have?
Please, can you put it in the classroom too? Because some of us are using phone and using the laptop for something.
Maybe I have to skip this one because it's not really. It's just to show you how a JSON file looks like. So okay, so you for now would work. Let's work on the other one because this one would just waste our time. I wish we would have a problem in the other places where these other places. This is where if you have a problem, then I'll rather be more concerned. Okay, so it is just to show you how a JSON file looks like. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Okay, this is how it looks like. Even if you delete this command, this command, it won't do anything because I just wanted to show you an example of a JSON file before we actually go into whatever we're going to do. So allow me to skip this one and let's go into the other things. Hopefully, if there's time, we can get back to this. Since people are saying their lights are going off, let me charge my laptop before ECG decides to take their lights away from me also. Okay, so I'm begging you, okay, just to make progress. All this I wanted to do was to generate a picture or to extract a picture for you to see this. Okay, so based on this, you know that in terms of this is the first page, but the total number of pages is 5 pages. Oh, what's happening? The next page would go to Wk3 API page 2. Okay, so this is page 1. So the next page you go to page 2. Remember, it is 5 files that I've shared with you. Okay, so this is the information that kind of information that you get on in API. So it tells you that which page you are on. It tells you the total number of pages. So if there are 100 pages, you should see 100 pages. Then it tells you what page is next. So here, our next page is going to be this. Then you have the results. So you have country. I can see all these other information within the country. So you have the ID, GHA value, Ghana. So all of these nested within country. We have indicator with all these other information. We have the value and so on. Date, value, last updated. This one, you can't really make sense of this. I mean, in terms of if you want to do analysis. So if most of the pages are going to be coming this way, what we want to do is to extract this information into a CSV format so that we can put it into a CSV format and then do our analysis from there. Okay. All right. So why APIs are useful? So APIs are useful because they help analysts collect updated data directly from the source. So anytime, if you're using an API, because you are downloading from the source, normally from online, it means that anytime they refresh it and they add information to their page, when I come to because I'm already connected, anytime I run, it will go to the site, extract the information. So I'm always getting an up-to-date data. Okay, it's always going to be up to date as long as they keep on updating. World Bank updates. Immediately, I also ran my page. If I did it last week and they had maybe some amount of information and they added on within a new week, this week when I upload or I click on my page to extract the data, it will go online and then to extract the new data. So it means that you always have new information. Okay, so that's how come on websites anytime you go online and there's a new information there, you click on it, it doesn't show just the old information. It also shows what new information because it has been updated. So that's the same understanding. So request only countries, CS, or indicators they need. So you're able to request particular information. You don't extract every information there. You can be specific on what you want rather than downloading everything. Unlike the CSV, which is sometimes there, you have to download everything, unless maybe in the World Bank, like the World Development Indicator, where you can actually select the variables you need. But in other places, when you're downloading, it downloads everything. But here, you can be specific on the data you want or the variables you want. Automate repeated data collection. I think that one even goes into what they updated. Make their workflow more reproducible. And then connect data collection to cleaning and analysis in one script or notebook. So everything here you have, your data collection. You have the cleaning and everything in one notebook. You click and then that same notebook is downloading the data online or requesting for the data online. When the data comes, the cleaning is done. The analysis is also done on one page, although you can still separate these. After you've collected the data and cleaned it, you can save it and then create a new file which will clean it, create a new notebook which will clean it, clean a new notebook which you do the analysis in. So this is why API skills matter in economics, policy work, consulting, and data journalism. So it's very important. This may not be a full course on how to use API, how to scrape data. So this is just the beginning. After this, I will urge you to probably go and then learn more and beyond what this class is introducing to you. All right. So this week we're going to be doing 2 layers. So this notebook teaches.
Please try again later.
In this, we can hear you calling someone. Or?
A moment.
So this notebook teaches the same workflow in 2 layers. So a safe local snapshot. So that's what we're going to be doing, where the data is on our drive, the one that you have put in your raw folder, and then a short bridge showing how the same workflow begins with a live API, where we'll try and see if we can go online and extract data from there. So you do not need to understand every line immediately. What you want to do is to focus on what each stage is trying to do. Okay. So just to get further explanation, so the 4 main jobs this week, what you're going to do is that we are going to collect records. And how do we mean by collect records? So this means you're going to gather raw observations from all the API pages into one place. So there are several pages. We are extracting data from those pages into one place. So example, page 1 sends page 2 sends page 3, and you keep on collecting the results until everything is done. Then when we are done, we are going to flatten the nested structure. What does that also mean? So this means pull information out of smaller dictionaries and turn into normal columns. Okay, so example, you have record, and then the record you have country as one, you have ID, and then we can pull that one into a country code. Then we also have handle revisions. So this means deal with repeated observations when the same country indicator year appears more than once. So for example, if Ghana inflation for 2024 appears twice with different last updated dates, what this will do is to keep the latest version. Okay, so on the same page, sorry, on the same page, you are having inflation for Ghana for 2024 appearing twice. It's not as if they are different months, okay, but the same year, the data is a yearly data, and it's appearing twice. What it will do is that it will look for what? The latest date. So the one with the latest date would hopefully, all other things being equal, be the most recent or the correct one. So that is what it's going to keep. Then also reshape the result. This means change the table from a long form to a wide form so it becomes easier to analyze. So example, instead of 4 Ghana 24 rows, you end up with 1 Ghana 24 row with 4 indicator columns. Okay, so that's what hopefully we are going to be stepping in when we start. So a few things, although we've touched on that, I think we've touched on what record flatten is, but let's look at some other things. Again, if you check for those who are interested, maybe later I can check whether I can get fewer ones, but I mean ones with short videos. The one that is online, this one 2-hour crash course in Python. Okay, some people are asking for that. This one is also take 30 days of Python. That one will take you to a GitHub page where you can learn Python 3. That's also, but this is a video. The others are not videos. So those who want video, you can use this one, hopefully to walk you through Python. So it's a Python full course for beginners. You can do that if you want. But I'll pray that you all do. Now, this is how things are going. Although, yes, you can tell these AIs, either ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini, Claude, whichever, to develop a Python code for you, and it will do it for you. But it's mostly better if you understand it and then reshape what output it gives you or what syntax or code it gives you. Okay. So that being said, one of the data types that we will see is what a dictionary. Okay, so we've seen that already. Okay, now let's look at this page 1. So something like this is a dictionary. Let me use this one. So in the indicator, these ones are nested in the indicator, but ID is the key, and then these ones are the values. So dictionary, when you open a dictionary, what you have is the name of the word and then its definitions. Okay, that's why this is called a dictionary. So this is more like the word, and these are the definitions. So the value here is more of also the word, and this is the definitions, or the definition of the word. So that's how come in the coding or in this in programming, they call this type of data type a dictionary or variable type a dictionary. So a dictionary is a Python object with labels and values. So you have the label and then the value. Okay, so the label is country, and then the value ID, GH, value, Ghana. Okay, then a list. So a list is an ordered collection of items. So example, the results part of an API page is a list of many records. So you take, for instance, if you take, what should I? So they are quite, let me use the other one. I think there should be an example here somewhere. I generated one. Okay, not showing. Okay, yeah. So results. So you can see. So if you can see this square bracket. So this square bracket and this square bracket. So this square bracket is made up of what? Dictionaries. So each dictionary is more or less like an item in the list. Okay, so country, and with all these ones, an item in the list separated by a comma. So a comma before the next item in the results list. But if I go into the country, there are several other information. There's nested information within it. So anytime you see something like where you have this square bracket, then you will know that it's in a list format. Okay. Okay, hopefully you are getting what I'm saying. Where are we? Okay, now go down. So that is a type of list. Then a record. A record is one observation from the source. So example, one row before pivoting is one country indicator year observation, such as Ghana inflation 2024. So that is more of the record. Then we've seen flattening already, but flattening means pulling nested pieces into normal columns. Okay, so when you pull out information from the data to create columns for it, then that becomes what flattening. Then we have pivoting. This one means reshaping a table from long form to wide form. Okay, we saw that, I think it was last week that we did that in terms of the reshaping from wide to long format. Here we are reshaping from long to wide form. So example, 10 and 4 separate rows. Okay, rows are on the I mean, they follow each other vertically, taking it into the column. So 4 columns. Right. Okay. So again, I don't know whether I should probably go into this one again, but in terms, we've seen an example of a JSON file, but let's do this anyway. So what each JSON file contains and why we use it. So for week 3, we are having 5 JSON files. Okay, so that's page 1 to page 5. So these are the main paginated data pages. Each page contains part of the raw country indicator year records. So not all the information are on one page. So they are separated on different pages. So what we do is to bring these pages together because no single page contains the full data set. And usually that is how what occurs when you have you are extracting data. So the reference, the other JSON file, that week 3 country reference data, this file contains clean country metadata such as the country code, country name, region, income group. So we bring it in because the raw API pages may contain varying display labels. So we are going to use this reference JSON file to make sure that all the other ones, if they are not coming with the same labels, we use this one to clean up so that we end up getting the same labels. We don't want to have different labels because they're coming from different pages. So we're going to use this one to make that cleaner. So we bring it in because the raw API pages may contain, okay, I've already said that. Then the last one, which is the indicator reference, this file contains indicator codes, full indicator names, and short variable names such as inflation underscore rate. So this, we bring it in because the short names make the pivoted panel easier to read and analyze. So this is what we have. Other sites may not have all of this information because everything is already clean. Maybe the reference, everything is set up. The reference indicator may be set up. Otherwise, if they are not, you would want to pull information from all these sources. Okay. So yes, we are going to end up bringing all of these together, and then we will be able to get one full data set. I don't know whether you get a clear understanding of what you're going to be doing today. Are we clear? Is somebody clear on what you're going to be doing today? Is anyone here at all? Have I been talking to myself?
Doc, we are here.
Okay. Do you have a clear idea of what you're going to be doing? Or still not? Still not.
Somehow.
Somehow. Okay.
Yes,
Anyway.
yes.
All right. So again, so this is the part where if you have an issue, that is where I'll be more worried. So let's execute this, and then if there's issue, we try and solve it here instead. Later, you can use the same process to solve the one up there. So let's execute this. Okay, mine has run easily because I use my machine to do the setup. So let's see. You use 0 seconds to run. Do you have any issue? I pray you don't, but if you do, let's see how we can solve that.
I have an error. It says file not found.
File not found.
File not found error.
Okay. Do you know which particular file it was talking about?
It says
So it has run.
Sorry? Somebody's one has run well.
Yes. The cell before the stage 0 previewable,
Yes.
right? Yes, it
Yes.
has.
You don't have an error.
It has
Okay.
run.
Okay. So if yours is not, if somebody's own is not running, it means that your files are not in the data file, in the raw, and then in the, okay, the process, we don't need the process now. No, but then we need the process for the next one. So the raw, make sure all the files, all the JSON files are in the raw folder. Can we confirm that? Maybe you've done it, but you go back and confirm. Make sure that you do it, even do it online. So come online and then, where's mine? Okay, still uploading. So in the informatics, come to your data, just check whether in the raw you have all the files there. So kindly do that for me, for yourself, and check.
In the raw, I have
Can you see week 3, every
JSON
step?
with 3 indicator reference JSON, country reference JSON. I don't know if there's another one.
Yeah, you need page 1, week 3 API, page 1, page 2, page 3, up to page 5. Do you have that also?
I have them, page 1,
Yes,
page
but
2.
I have all that in the raw folder.
You have all that in the raw folder. Okay, so it
And
means
then I have
maybe
the country and then the indicator also there.
The country and indicator references.
Okay, all right. So let's see this. So click on the explain and let's see what.
Okay. So when I click on
So
the
I'm glad some of yours has worked.
explain, it says the file not found is that means that the notebook couldn't automatically find your course folder. This usually happens if your Google Drive isn't mounted or if the informatics folder with its data not isn't
Okay, so you get, I'm sure you get the idea that it's not locating your folder. It's not locating it. But do you have that? How did you save your name? Is it informatics for economics, the folder?
Yes.
Okay, so you click on fix it. Type fix it in the chat there and then click on enter. Let's see what it asks you, how it fixes it.
Okay. You see, the notebook still cannot find your course folder. You need to manually specify the path your informatics for economics
Okay,
folder.
so go to if you truly have that folder, go to, I just hope it works. Hopefully it should work. So open the folder which contains, the main one. You click to
my Google Drive.
Yeah, your Google Drive, but use the folder one, the one on your machine, not the online one.
Folder
Or
in
you
my
don't have the folder, the app.
No, doc.
No, I've been using the online one.
Okay, so for somebody's own work, I was able to print this JSON PNG. Huh? So somebody's own has worked. We want everybody's own to work.
Wow.
You're not able to access your Google Drive online. On your machine. You don't have a folder for Google Drive.
Let me see. Google Drive.
If you downloaded the app before, then it should be there. If not, apart from him, who else is struggling? I know some of you have been successful with this. Because this one,
Hello, Doc.
yes, who is calling? Yes, can you go
This
ahead?
is
Go ahead.
Enoch. Yeah,
Enoch, yeah.
mine is saying that cell executed since last change, previous execution ended unsuccessfully.
Which one? This one?
Yes.
They are in my folder as well. They are in my local folder as well.
Okay, yeah, in local folder. Okay, so was it
Enoch.
who was I even talking to? Enoch, can you do
Yes,
it
sir.
again? Let's see. Or you've tried it several times.
Yeah, I've tried it several times.
Okay. Charles, is it Charles that I'm? So
Yes,
copy
doc.
this link.
Mustafa, this is Mustafa.
Mustafa, okay, Mustafa. So in the main one where you'd see this one, where you see the data in the notebook,
Yeah.
click here for this one to copy, to be highlighted. In the address bar for this to be highlighted. And
Yeah.
then paste it in the chat here and tell that this is the link to your folder and see what it says. Whether it's
But
auto-corrected.
so when I click, what I see is this PC, Google Drive, G, My Drive, Collab, Informatics for Economics. I don't know whether that's.
Yeah, everybody's one is going to be different. If you're in the folder, I mean, this is the folder on the local folder.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you click on it, this is how it's going to be.
But in the folder, I have notebooks,
Uh-huh.
processed and raw. I don't have data.
That is the problem.
Uh,
You create data and put raw and process into data. So when I click my data, you see that is where I have processed and raw. So create another folder called data and then copy raw and process into data.
and then I pull the raw and processed into the data. Okay. Gosh.
Okay, who else was struggling? I think somebody else said they were struggling. This thing maybe
I've done that, sir. I've put them in the data.
yeah. So go and run again and let's see whether it does anything now. Yeah. So now go and execute the cell.
Though it's on my local machine, I should still go in.
It has since you're online, it has uploaded online. So just do it.
Okay.
Unless it's not your Google Drive. If it's your Google Drive that has uploaded online.
Okay.
I'm hoping you don't get any error this time.
I'm hoping so too, sir.
Yeah. But otherwise, you'll probably have to move forward.
Yeah. Move forward and then later I'll catch
Yeah.
up.
But I wish we were all following anyway. But again, the video, some more.
It's a video. If we get the video, then this ones we can.
Yeah, you can always pause and then replay the same part again and again.
Getting the video.
Okay. Anybody also? Are we good? Some of you said you were online. You were okay. Is that the case? Are we some of us okay?
Talk.
Yes. Who is calling?
So, this Enoch. So in my case, what do I do?
Sorry, what was your case again?
So when I run, it says cell executed since last change. Previous execution ended unsuccessfully.
So which previous one was it the one at the top? And you did it again and it gave you the same thing?
Yes.
Because this one is not it's not linked to the previous ones. I don't know why. So you are in this cell and it's giving you the same issue.
Yes, sir.
Is anybody also having the same issue?
Yes, I'm still having the issue.
Which
Even though I have data folder and notebooks in the informatics for economics folder, but still I can't locate. It's not able to connect to the files in the folder.
Okay, you see this folder here on the left?
Yes.
So click on it and then this folder. So if you click on it, if you don't see this, do you see these things? Maybe.
Yes,
Do you see these two?
I'm thinking. Yes, sir.
Do you have these two?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so click on the drive. So those whose own is also having the same problem. Let's do it this way and see. So click on the drive, then click on my drive.
Which drive, sir?
Yeah, I'm asking if you see it. If you don't see it, it means that it's not there. Do you see anything like
Okay.
this? If you click on this
Okay.
folder here on the left, you click on these three
Yeah.
lines. If you see this
Yeah, we
folder.
see. I see that. I see.
Yes. When you click on it, what shows up?
You have the empty. I just what you have there is what I see.
These two.
Drive
You have drive
and
and then sample data.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you click on this, you should have my drive and then go and locate. Mine is in Google Colab. So it means that mine is already loaded, uploaded. Okay, if you can't see it, then I want you to click on this to mount it. This folder up here. If you can't see these things.
So I can see the informatics for economics and all the copy of it, week 0, week 1, and those things.
Yes. So can you go into the data and see whether you can see the data files there?
Okay, data. Yeah, so I can see processed raw.
So check the raw. Can you see the JSON files in there?
Yeah, I can see them.
You can see them.
Yeah, let me see
Yes,
the
Doc,
ones.
they are in there.
Yeah, there are 7. They are all here.
They are all there.
Yeah.
Okay. So not too sure. Okay, let me see. The way a lot of you are silent. I don't know whether it's later that you are going to say that you didn't understand anything we did here or not, because I'm not getting any response from you, just few people. And I can only use the few people who are responding as the case study that everything is fine or whatever the issue is.
So I think the basic issue here is how these ones are labeled in your master wording for us to use.
It's the same level. Week 3 API
If
page 1 JSON,
if
week 3 API page 2 JSON, page 3 JSON, page 4 JSON, and then you have week 3 country reference dot
yeah,
JSON.
that's fine, because I sent he's talking about the cell here.
Okay.
Talking about the cell here. Now, the main thing is that this should be either one of the names that you have saved your folder in. So check if your folder that you have for informatics for economics in the drive does it correspond to any of these? If it doesn't, you can change it here. So
Doc,
can we all
mine
confirm that?
corresponds. So
Yeah, so do one step at a time. So we will move forward.
okay, sir.
Okay. The next one is that for my path is in the last one. This informatics is in my collab. Okay, it's in my collab. So is yours in the collab notebook? Is
Yes,
your
Doc.
informatics for economics
Yes,
in
Doc.
your collab
Yes,
notebook?
yes.
Yes,
Yes, Doc.
Doc.
Okay, those who are having issues, is it in your collab notebook?
Yes, please.
Yes, Doc.
Okay, so that is, if that's the case, it means in your collab notebook, you have a folder called informatics for economics, which is spelled this way or this other way, whichever one it is. When you open that folder, so looks like it's using the same. So it has to be the same.
It's
But
informatics for
I think what I have here is collab notebook, not notebooks.
Yes, so change it. Let it reflect. Make sure it's what is in your folder, the name in your folder in the Google Drive corresponds to this.
Okay.
collab notebooks. It's collab notebooks. So,
Yeah.
okay. Let me see the local drive maybe.
So if that's the case, now it's saying that if you have there's going to be two things: data and then notebooks. Okay, data and notebooks in that folder. This one, that's what it tries to mount it, but these ones are given. It should be the same for everyone. But here, let me. Okay.
Doc.
Yes.
Yes. So in the collab notebook, we have the informatics for economics.
Yes.
Should the
Spelled,
data
so make sure that
be
it's spelled this way.
yes?
Either, so if it's not the way, this way, just change the one here to reflect what is in your folder, how you've saved your folder. So go ahead, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, mine is the
So
same.
should the
Anyway.
data folder also be in the informatics for economics,
Yes, it should be
or
in
it
the
should be
informatics
in the
because
collab notebook?
no. So depending, so that is this how you've set it up. What I started with was that you create a folder for this class, and that folder you've created for this class is informatics for economics, and it is in the Google in your Colab notebook or in your Google Drive. Okay, if it's in your Colab notebook, then we should see a folder called informatics for economics, which is the folder for this class in the Colab notebook. Or if you did it in your drive without taking it to the Colab notebook, then it should be the same thing. There's that name there. Then if you go into the folder you've created for this class, which is the informatics for economics, that is where you see the subfolders. One is the notebooks, and then one is data.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Even in terms of this,
Notebooks and
day
data.
one, what we did in day one, created these folders, created the raw and then the processed and then the notebooks. But otherwise, if you don't have it, you can still create it by hand.
Mm.
Okay, you can create it by hand. So if you have it in the raw, that is where you have the JSON files. Then in the process, that's where you have the CSV file. So is that a case for you? Is that what you have, David?
So
yeah, I think I created data folder outside of the informatics for economics.
No. So
So
kindly correct that.
So does it matter whether you use caps or small letters?
Let it be the same. Let it
No,
be the same.
mine is the same for the informatic for the economy, but I'm talking about the folder names.
Yeah, it does. It's the prompt to give that specification is strictly root into that.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
So the process, for example, I started with the capital letter. So let me start with the raw. Okay, the raw. I started with caps. I don't know if I have to start with the small letters.
Whatever be the case, when you come here, you have to make sure that you can see here. The raw here is small letter. So it means that your folder has to be small. If you make it capital, when you come here, you have to change it to what? Capital.
Okay.
It has to be reflective. It must not be different.
Okay.
Okay. In most softwares, capital R is not the same as small r. So
Okay.
a raw with capital R is not the same as raw with small r.
Okay.
So, look, the data folder,
Yes.
mine is capitalized. Should I reduce it to? Should I make it
Yes,
a small
please.
letter?
Either you change that one or you change it here. So I said that everything should match.
Okay.
Okay. If it doesn't match, it won't find it.
Yes, I'm Kitwa.
Ibeyi.
I'll go away.
Yeah. And the raw should be small r. Sure.
Just make sure that however you've typed it in the folder, how you spelled it, caps, whether in capitals or in small letters, should be the same way in here. Maybe I think I should be in a position to share Wk3 much earlier. So please, while I share it, let's try as much as possible to get the setup, everything done. You can even run through everything before we even meet on the weekend, so that when we meet, everything is going to be smooth.
The challenge is that people are not even sending us the videos very early. So
Yes, I'm saying,
sometimes
but
we
I'm saying
want to
that
go
based
through.
on this understanding, I know, David, that is
It's a big
the thing is
challenge.
that because the issue, we want to go around that issue also. Okay, we want to go around the issue of they not sending the video early. Okay, but how do we go about that one? That is what we want to see how we can probably solve.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm saying that at least for those who maybe you are getting this, knowing that they should match and the rest. For when I share the next week one early, try and get it early and see if we can resolve these issues here and there before we meet. That's what I'm trying to say. Next week also we'll be doing something quite a little different. So would have to would have to get these things set up so that in fact every week it's different from the previous, apart from maybe the setting up.
Oh, yeah, Doc.
Yes.
Yeah, what you just said, every week is different. Meaning, if you even mix one, it's like a build-up. So what we've done today, though maybe all of us are not full into it, it's like at least we are okay than the previous. At least today, time has been taken for us to come along, and we hope it will continue as such. Though you have time to meet, but if we're able to master 1, 2, we will be okay.
Okay. Yes, boss. I hear
The
you.
real challenge is just about being able to mount the data. Once we do that, I think we are very good to go. And that's the most important thing to say, it's handling now for us.
Okay, has anybody been successful? Otherwise,
So I have been successful, but the last one I want to try, it says I should go somewhere and copy a path and come and paste. So is that
you should
path
paste it well.
I'm trying to look
Okay,
for?
so you try the process and see. Any other person, anybody struggling who has made it successfully?
I think we can move on because we are trying
Okay.
to fix.
All right. So some of you have gotten this one working now. So let's go to this. So we now start. We are not even before we even go to stage 1. This is just going to show us what the final output is going to look like. Okay, just explaining previewing of what the final output is going to look like. And this one would also become a problem if we don't have our CSV file in our processed folder. Okay, if we don't have it in our process folder, that will also be a challenge. So let's see. So say before building a panel from scratch, we are going to load the process file and look at the kind of clean table we want at the end. Okay, so the process that it went through was to collect the results from the 5 API pages. It did a flattening. It converted the year value and all this into a usable type. it detected repeated country indicator year. It merged the indicator reference, did the pivoting, did the merging, and then it saved into the Wk3 API format. Okay. So at the end, we're expecting that we'll get 810 rows and 9 columns, where the 9 columns would include GDP growth, inflation rate, internet users, percent, country, region, and then income group. Okay, so the common mistake here sometimes would make is that if this file does not load, then the course folder path is probably wrong. And that is the struggling people are having. Okay, or the process file has not yet been created in the current environment. So if we should execute this and you don't see this, you are getting an error. It means that that is the issue. It means the course folder path is still wrong. So those who have still not done it and are still having issues, you are going to still face the problem that it cannot locate the file. Okay, they did work for some of you. So let's check. So in terms of this, just processing all of these, just telling us, as you can see, 810 rows, 9 columns. Okay, and then it's previewing, it's giving us the first 5. There's first 5 rows. And that's Angola. I believe AGO, I believe that's Angola. Okay, from 2010 to 2014, that's what we have here. GDP, inflation rate, and all the other variables. Okay, I'm seeing a thumbs up, so it means that's worked for someone. Okay. So this is what we're expecting after we have brought all the files together. Okay, this is what we're expecting. And if I should open this CSV, okay, so this is the file that we are going to be expecting to have generated at the end of this course. Sorry, this lecture. Okay, so the file like this is what you're going to be generating. So how was this file generated from all these different JSON files? Okay, so that's what you're looking at. So let's go back to our file and then we can now start with stage 1. So with stage 1, what you're going to do is to inspect the first APA. Why do I keep on saying APA? This is not referencing. API.
Doc,
Yes, Enoch.
the one you just did, I ran it and it worked. So I don't know why the previous ones were not working.
Okay, then thank God. We thank God. So let's continue and see. Hopefully the others will work.
Okay.
So hopefully the others will work. In fact, they should work so that I can be happy. No, they should work, whether happy or not. But they should work. All right, so inspect the first API page. So say we are going to start small. One JSON page is just one Python dictionary. So we inspect the first page so we can identify the page number. Okay, so as you can see here, if you look at the what we have here, we are going to look at the page number from the command here, the number of pages in total. So it should print out the total number of pages. It should also link the next page. So link us to the next page and then list the results. Okay, so list us the results on the first page. So what it's doing is that we are having a placeholder called first page. And this placeholder is going to load a JSON file. So load underscore JSON. And it is a raw data directory. And then the name of the, this is where it is going to get the path. This is the path to the folder. Okay, the path to where we should get the data from. So getting this, okay, for page 1, which would also link us to the next page. As you can see here, the command is that give us the next page also. So let's execute that. Hopefully we shouldn't get any issue. Okay, so the goal to understand the overall structure of one saved API response. So the expected output we're going to see is what the page. So you can see this is what page 1. is giving us the total number of pages. And it says that the next page is what? Page 2. And what's the records that it can find in page 1? It can find 700 records on page 1. Okay. As you can, if I can do that again, if you look at this here, saying the records that you can find on this page. Oh, it's not scrolling now. Okay, still loading. So all these 700 records on this page. Okay, so Python is extracting all these information. It's going to extract all this information from there. Okay, so that is what this is doing. So stage 2, we are going to inspect one raw record. So the raw results are stored in a list. Okay, it's in a list form. One item in that list is one record. So you're going to inspect one record closely so the nested structure feels less mysterious, so it doesn't look too overwhelming. Then the goal is to see what one raw observation looks like before we flatten it. Okay, so as you can see from here, on the first record, we are giving it a placeholder called first record. And that's first record, we're saying that there's a command called first page. So that first page is linked to this 0. So remember the indexing. Okay, the Python index. So the Python indexing starts from 0. So it is what? The 0 page. 0 means what? The first page. Then what it should do is that it should what? Print the type. So the Python type of one record. So this is a word, and then whatever type it is would also show up. So it will say Python type of one record, and it will give us what it is. Keys inside one record, then to list it for us. Okay, so this is how it's going to list that field, country field. It will give us the country field to give us the information. Then it's also what? Indicator field, it also listed. Then it was, we said first record, it will spell out everything in the first record. So let's execute that. In fact, did I mess something up there? So I think, let me probably say this in terms of the common mistakes in the first one. So common mistakes, students often look only at the data values and ignore the page metadata. Here, the metadata matters because it tells us how many pages exist and where to go next. How many pages exist? 5 pages exist, and where to go next? Page 2. So here we are looking at the record. So say what common mistakes are normally done here. So it is easy to think this already looks like a row in a spreadsheet. It does not. Some important parts are still buried inside of the nested dictionaries. So here we are only extracting just a few information from the page. So let's execute that. Okay, so is it still working? The one, those who had issue, I hope it's working. The one who said stage 0 worked. Is stage 1, stage 2, is it working?
Yes,
Okay.
Doc.
Yes, sir.
All right, great. I'm happy it is working. Okay, so as you can see here, the type it has printed is what? It's a dict, so which is a dictionary. The keys inside one record. So here, so keys inside one record, it has listed its country. So the keys in this record includes country, indicator, date, value, unit, and so on. Then the next one, country field. So the country field here, ID, DZA, value, Algeria. So as you can see, this one cannot be for all the countries. It's just giving you just on that first record that it has extracted. But there are definitely going to be other countries. Okay, there are definitely going to be other countries. If I can see if I can locate some of those information here, you can see Benin here. Let me see. We can see Algeria somewhere. Can somebody see Algeria somewhere? You can see. Okay. Oh, I've gone way down. So you can see Algeria. So what it's doing is just spelling out this first record here. But there are several of them, but it's just giving us just one, just to have a feel of how the data looks like. So that is what is being done here. If we change this one to 1, so let me just change this one from, instead of 0, I make it 1, and then execute. Okay, so you can see other information. A little, is it the same as the first one? I can still see Algeria, but let's see. Okay, here we have 2010 and then 3.4. So let me go back to 0. And then, so again, 2010, 3.4. You see the same thing, you're going to get 2010, but what? 4.1. But even it's not even point, it is comma, 4.1. So you can see that at least you can see the difference between when I change from 0 to 1. If I change it to say 10, I'm sure it may, okay, let me still Algeria, let me make it 100 to give me a different one. So this time Angola. Okay, you can see that it changes, just giving us a snapshot of these different records. They can appreciate what that information is. Okay, all right, so that is for stage. Where execute again, that's for stage 2. Now let's go to stage 3. So the stage 3 is to collect all pages. Stage 2, we just looked at one record on one page. Okay, so now we are going to collect all the 700, all the information. Okay, so here the next page. Okay, so next page. So we are going to the next page, not so remember we have 5 pages. So the next page. So the next page field tells whether more records are waiting on another page. The helper function follows that path 1 page at a time until there are no pages left. Okay. Then the goal is to gather the raw observation from every page into one Python object. So what are we expecting? We're expecting an output, 5 pages collected and 3,348 raw records. Okay. Then here, so what are common mistakes? Some students think page 1 already contains the full data set. It does not. I think it's just a repetition of, or have I read this already? It looks like I've already come here already. Or it's a repetition from somewhere. It sounds familiar. Okay, where are we? So this is why we follow with what? The next page. Okay, so let's execute this. So page numbers, raw records. We have that, which is for page 1. And then pages collected, it gives us, so if I say length page numbers, that is going to be how many pages are there. So if you want to know the number of an item or frequency, whatever, you do length, and that gives you that information. So page sequence, so page numbers, and then the raw records collected. So let's execute and then have a feel of what we have. So you can see how many pages? 5. So it means that it has able to what? Go into all the pages that are there. Our JSON files are 5. So it has been able to locate all the 5 JSON files. And the page sequence is started from 1 right up to 5. And how many records it has been able to collect? 3,348. Okay. This information I've brought earlier, you may not, I mean, in terms of what the expected output, you may not know until you have done it. So this just giving you an expectation so that at least you can see that it confirms what we have here. So by this, what have we shown? How many pages exist? That is what we've shown. What order it collected the data is shown. How many raw records are gathered? You can see that is also shown. Okay, so if these counts are wrong, fix the pagination step before moving on. I just hope nobody had an issue. Are we good? Did it follow 1 up to 5? Do you have 5 pages collected? And is it 3,348?
Yes, Doc.
Okay, all right. Good.
Yes, Doc.
Thank you. All right, then we move to the next one, which is now the flattening. So we want to flatten the nested JSON. We want to now extract information and then make them have their own columns. So is that each raw record contains smaller dictionaries inside it. So flattening means pulling these pieces into ordinary columns such as country code, indicator code, year, and then value, instead of them being nested into one information. I mean, one in a list. Okay, we are now breaking them down. So the goal here is to turn nested API records into a normal table. So the expected output is that first, one flattened example row, then a long table with 3,348 rows and 7 columns. So before and after idea, before flattening, you have this, and after you're going to have country ID. So the common mistake is that students sometimes flatten only one nested field and forgets the indicator details or update data. So let's look at what we have here. So one row preview. So we have flatten underscore APA underscore record. So that is the command. So this is one of the commands that we called, in fact, probably I should have probably spoken about some of the issues, some of the things here. So you can see here, import JSON. Okay, import JSON. So these are part of the commands within it that we are using those commands from. Okay, so hopefully you understand those imports because we spoke about them, hopefully, about them in the first class. Where were we? Yeah. So flatten underscore API underscore records, and what should you do? Get the first record. So remember, there's already, where was it? Okay, yes, so first record, we already generated first record. So all of these things are going to be part of the data. So we are referring to that first record, then print out one flattened row, then print one row preview. So we are going to print out this just to do a comparison between the two. Then we also have an API underscore long, which is the flattened API records, so the raw records. So we are putting everything together. So print the shape of the long, how many, or the column, and then the number of rows and columns. So it's going to say shape of long API that to give us the 8 in brackets, the number of rows times the number of columns. Then it said it should print out the first 5. Okay, print out the first 5 rows. So let's execute, and then let's see what we get. So you can see the one flattened row, which is this. So this is what it has broken it down into. Country code 0, country label DZA. Okay, no, sorry. This is the 0 is the index. Sorry, my bad. The 0 is the index. Country code is DZA. The label Algeria, but this one you can see that it's still not in a clean format that would really understand. Okay, the last value we have that, and you can see the shape. Okay, the shape here, 3,348 rows and then 7 columns. And we said it should print the first 5, and that is what that's printed. Okay, so this information here, this first row that's printed, flattened row that printed, is what we have here in a clean table format. Okay, in a clean table format, that is what we now have here. But it's not only showing that, because first one we said it should show only the first row. Okay, only the first flattened row. But here, it has now flattened everything into this. So in terms of this, with all these commands, in terms of bringing all these simple commands, it has brought information from every other JSON file together. Okay, and we now have this clean data set. Okay, so what we have is the data is now a long table. Each row is one country year indicator observation. So we have Algeria 2010, Algeria 2010. So some of them are repeating, but the question is that what is it repeated on? It's being repeated on different information, these different indicators. So this is GDP growth, this is inflation, this is unemployment. So again, we would not want to have it this way. Is someone calling? Nope. So we don't want to have it this way. So later we'd have to now format it or reshape it so that would have GDP having its own column, inflation have its own column, unemployment its own column, and so on and so forth. Okay. So you can see indicators are 4. So definitely we should now break that. We should now have this one coming 4 times, but with the different names. So that is what stage 4 did. Okay, that's what stage 4 did. Then we go to stage 5. Stage 5, we said why stable codes matter. Okay, we want to get stable codes. So labels can vary across pages, but codes are usually stable. That is why analysts normally trust the code more than the display label when the data merge. Okay, so here, so you can see, yeah, so it is a clear example. Look at the Algeria for growth, GDP growth for Algeria in 2010, and then the same for 2011, GDP growth 2011. Can you see the difference? Maybe let me just point it out. The annual, you see that the annual percentage is in bracket, but here it is not in bracket. So the labeling is different. Okay, the labeling is different. Let me make this one, since it's 5, let me make it about 10. You see, we can see more. So I'm going to execute this, and then we get about 10 of them. So let's see, compare inflation. So this is inflation. Do I have any other? Yes. So this is inflation consumer prices. But here it is using consumer price inflation. So you can see that the labels are what? Different. People of God, I hope you can hear me. You can see what I'm saying.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Yes.
sir.
All right. Great.
Yes, Doc.
So you can see different. I don't know whether there's even any other one. If I can scroll to the side. Even in terms of these indicator code, maybe whether they are, okay, they look almost the same for the few ones that I've compared. Then okay, we are on the other side. Again, maybe that will work on that one later in terms of, you can see this is 4,1, 3.4. So a mixture of, in other places, in some jurisdiction, they don't use dot to represent how's my decimal, or did I say decimal? I mean, to move into the decimal places, they use comma. Okay, pause here here we use comma to separate hundreds. Okay, is that how it's set? Yeah, hopefully. Okay, so we're going to work on that. And you can see this is also percentage. This one doesn't have percentage. So that's, we're going to be cleaning later. Okay, so some of these things are going to be looking at that one soon. Okay, so I guess this one is clear, hopefully. So again, we come here and our goal is to now apply the coding. Okay, the coding from, or the labeling, sorry, the labeling from one of the JSON files that had what the reference labeling. Okay, so labels can vary across pages, but codes are usually stable. That is why analysts normally trust the code more than the display label when they merge the data. And as you can see that as we've merged it, the labels are different. They are coming up differently. Okay. Again, this one was intentionally done so you can see it. It's not the case that it will happen every time. Okay, but you'd always want to at least prove, how do you call this? Have a proof. There's a word I want to use, but it's not coming. But it's only the proof that is coming. Okay, make sure that everything is fine. Then you try to prove yourself. Well, so that everything is the same. All right. So the goal is to understand why country code and indicator code are safer keys than display labels. And the expected output is that a small summary showing that some codes are linked to more than one label. Okay, so I think this one will show that. Then a common mistake, it is tempting to merge using readable names only. That often breaks when names vary slightly. So let's execute, and then you can see this. So the first one, we're having COD, and it is having 3 different labels. Okay, just for the country COD, I hope that is Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire is having 3 different labels. Okay, CIV. So this is not COD, because then what if this is Cote d'Ivoire? CIV, but this is still Cote d'Ivoire. Get 3 labels, CPV 2, all of these. So at least I hope you can you get what I mean. But they should all be the same. Okay, they should all be the same. So now let's come to 6. Okay. So here there is a label. So here it showed that what the country the country label. The country labels were different. So it means that there could be issue of spelling mistakes here and there. There could be issues of spelling mistakes here and there. No, this is the clean one, so we won't see it. All right. So okay, so I think we can make progress on this. Then stage 6, you say convert text fields into usable numbers. We're going to convert text fields into usable numbers. So API data often arrives as text. Here we convert year, value, last updated into formats Python can actually work with. You can be seeing numbers, okay, as you can see. Okay, COD is what? Democratic, okay, thank you. Republic of Congo, thank you for that. So, although here we are seeing numbers, it's likely that they are in text, they are not in a number format, because where they are missingness and the rest. But it's always good to still try and just apply the text, the word, the numeric format to it so that it becomes a numeric value. Okay, it applies it to it. Okay. So our goal here is to make the columns usable for sorting, comparison, arithmetic analysis, and then duplicate handling. Then expected output is that the year becomes numeric, value also becomes numeric, and then last updated becomes a date time column or data type. So the common mistake is that if value stays as text, later calculations and comparisons may fail or give misleading results. So always just apply it anyway. Okay, or you can find the object, find whether the type, the data type of it. Okay, let's see. Let me try something. Just trying if it works, and I hope it works. Where are you, code? And where is it? So I think it's API underscore long is the new. Okay, so you can see here. So exactly as I was saying. So I've done the API type. So you can do this one just to check the data type of or the variable type of your variables. And as you can see, everything here is an object. So it sees the value, it sees the year, all of them, the ones which are supposed to be numbers, it sees them as string or as objects, alphanumeric values. I mean, data type. You can't do any proper statistical analysis on these. So they have to convert these into numeric values. So we come here and are saying that API underscore long for year. What we do is that because it's now in a data format, okay, that's how you could even apply. I mean, yeah, do apply that. This is in a PDF, a data frame format. You saw data frame last week. Hopefully, the video will come and then you can look at it. And probably let me say, I have, as I said, I've updated the notebooks which has these explanations. So for week 1 and for week 2 also. So now the one that you would see are these. So I'll do it again, do the update so that you can have access to the new ones. Okay, although they are there now, if you download them, you only get access to one. So I'll put them into the zip file. So when you download, you get the correct the latest ones which has these explanations. Okay, so let's do that. So we have convert the year into a numeric value. So it's a PD dot to numeric. Where would it find PD? So go into this data frame, which is the API long, specifically on the year variable in the API long. And then they say for errors, they coerce it. Then do same for value. Okay, do same for value. Then for the last updated, this time not numeric, but a date time type of variable. And then tell us what the data type now is. When we did it initially, everything was object. But now when we execute, we are hoping that we now have year to be integer and then value to be float and the last updated to be date time. All the rest are labels. So we don't actually need them to be numeric. Like, we don't need them to be numeric. Okay.
Oh,
Charles, what's wrong?
my laptop is going off.
Oh, sorry. I hope you can still join with your phone and be watching. Or your phone is also
Yes, Lord.
going. Okay.
The phone is not yet. It's not going off yet. I think.
All
How
right.
about?
Okay. Then stage 7. I'm sure we should be done soon. Stage 7, we're going to count, duplicate, revised observations. So some country indicator year combinations appear more than once because the snapshot includes revisions. So we count them first and then inspect a few examples before removing them. So the goal here is to see exactly why duplicate keys appear in API data. Then repeated country indicator year rows, example, duplicate records with different updated dates. So that's what we're going to see for our expected output when we execute this. And then you see the common mistakes is that students often drop duplicates immediately without first checking what kind of duplicates they are looking at. So you first want to inspect your duplicates before you drop them. Okay, so we have the key columns, a placeholder. We are generating a new placeholder called key columns that should include the country code, indicator code, year. So this is a list. Okay, remember I said when you see a square bracket, that's a list. So key columns is a list. Then the duplicate underscore mask, that's also a placeholder that will include API underscore long dot duplicated. Okay, so that contains all of this. So suspect equals key underscore columns. And then that, so these ones is going to check this one for the duplicates. Okay, wherever these ones repeat, it means it's a duplicate. Then a duplicated example, give it to us, then print them and give us the first 8 of them. So let's execute, and then this is what we have. Okay, so we have this, we have the country code, indicator code, we have the value. So this is what we have, the country code, indicator code, year, value, last updated. So let's see. So Angola 2016, Angola 2016 for the same indicator, repeated even 4 times. Oh no, okay, 2 times, sorry, in 2016. First value is 59.2, second value is 61.2. Then you can see when it was last updated. So 2026, in the month of, I hope this is month, I'm going to take the first one as month and then the last one as the day. So April 7th. And this is what? May 8th in 2026. Okay, same for this other value in 2019. Also repeated, and we can see the dates. We also have BDI. Which country is BDI? Then I think Ben is Benin. Okay, so these ones are repeated. So we can see the ones which were what came first and which one followed. So hopefully, because there were updates, you want to believe that the one which came second, okay, the current year would be what hopefully the correct value. Otherwise, you can always probably take one and go and check the website to see. If it is maybe Angola, you can go to the Angola website. Okay, BDI is Burundi. Thank you. You can go to Angola website and go and check and see what they are reporting as their latest value. Then that can give you an indication of which one you should drop out, because we can't be working with duplicates. Okay, so that is what we have here. So in week 8, should I say week 8? Maybe I'm in a hurry to finish the week. In stage 8, we are going to keep the latest version. Okay, so that's more or less the revised version. As I said, the current one looks like what? The revised version. So when the same key appears more than once, we sort by last updated and keep the latest version. So the goal is to keep the most recent version of each observation. Then after that, we are going to have we're going to have 3,240 rows that is going to remain, down from what was the 3,300 or so, 3,348. Okay, 3,348. We take out the duplicates, and then we are going to end up with 3,240. So the common mistake that if you drop duplicates before sorting by last updated, you may keep an older value by accident. So it's always good to sort first. So let's look at it. So API underscore latest, so that is a placeholder. We create a set for it. So API underscore log, sort underscore values, key underscore columns, and say last updated. Then long duplicates. So this is what you have. Then we are going to keep last. Then we print rows after keeping the latest versions. Okay. Please, again, if still what I'm doing, you're not still understanding it, we saw last time that when in each cell, this pen and the star beside is what the AI, you click on it and it will give you this explain code, and it can explain the codes also for you. Okay, so if what we have here is not enough, you can do this, and that should explain the codes much better for you. So you can see the code is designed to clean up data by removing or to duplicate records. Okay, so that's the explanation. So let's use that also to learn our, to understand our each cell. All right. So let's execute and then see what is printed. So we can see we now have what? rows after keeping the latest record version is now 3,240. Okay, 240. We can even, okay, so I think it's done that. We would have said that I'm just going to do a data type. I mean, so now the data frame we are working with now is API latest, no more the API long. So the API long is the one which contains the duplicates. The API latest, after dropping this, which now says save it in a data frame called, or in a placeholder called API latest. Okay. You should give me, so the head, okay, let me do a head because, okay, the head will print the first 5, which will not really see any duplicates yet. But what I wanted to do is order the D type. And as you type, you realize that it gives you the suggestion, so you can just select it from there. So, okay, no, sorry, not the D type. I wanted the shape instead. Shape. Shape, not the. So you can see 3,240 columns, sorry, rows with 7 columns. Okay, 3,240 rows with 7 columns. Okay, so now that we've done away with our duplicates, we are now going to attach the indicator names and then pivot to a panel. So the raw data is in a long form where each row is one country indicator year observation. So after we attach short indicator names, we pivot so each row becomes one country year. So the goal here is to move from a long raw table to a wide analysis ready panel. Okay, so probably let me go back to head. So we have our head and you can see what we have here. So let's take note of this. And then when we finish, we see how that is going to look like after we have done the pivoting, after we have reshaped it. Okay, so let's take note of this. We'll come back to it after we've done that. Okay. So the expected output again is what? A table with one row per country, year, and separate columns such as GDP, inflation, unemployment, internet. So as you can see here, all of these are more or less like rows. So inflation, internet, all of them are rather following, rather than being a separate column. So you're going to use this to do that change. So before pivot, saying that Ghana 2024 may appear in 4 rows, 1 per indicator. But after we've pivoted, Ghana 2024 appears once with 4 indicator columns. So the common mistake is that if the indicator reference does not merge correctly, the pivot may not create the expected columns, right? So this command is going to, or this cell is going to do that. So we are now, again, we are creating a new placeholder, the indicator reference, data frame, create a data frame of this. Now call in that reference JSON file. Okay, so we are now using that JSON files and look for the results in that column of the JSON file. Then the API latest also becomes a placeholder. So API underscore latest.merge, that's also looking at the indicator. So it's going to get this from the indicator reference. So now we are going to refer to this one that has been generated, this placeholder we generated earlier, which is now a data frame. It would contain indicator code, short name, that take this one and then position it at the left. Okay, you're going to match it on this. Then we create a new data, a new one, another placeholder called panel. Okay, another placeholder called panel, and is going to go for the API latest. So the API latest is our data set, the new data set, which contains the one which has taken out the duplicates. Okay, the one which are taking out the duplicates. So it's taking that one, and then index, column, and then values. So you're going to reset that one. Okay. So you can see that it's a build up. Okay, it's a build up on everything that we have been looking at so far. And then dot reset underscore index panel dot columns dot name, say none, and then what, print that one up, give us the shape, and then give us the head. So let's see what we get. So from this, okay, from this, we now have it as this. Our new data is panel. So instead of having the indicators showing as individual columns, sorry, individual rows, is now showing as what, individual columns. We thought GDP standing alone, inflation rate standing alone, user, internet, unemployment, all of them standing alone. Okay, so that's what we have done here. Then 10, merge clean country metadata. That is also one, in terms of our reference, we had a country reference data. So we want to merge it so that all of that will be in one data set. We can always refer to it. So what are we doing? So the country reference file gives us clean country names, regions, and income groups. This is safer than relying on whatever labels happen to appear in the raw pages. So we add readable country. So add readable country information and grouping variables to the panel. That's what we are going to look at. Then the expected output to be is the panel now includes country, region, and income groups. So you can see here, we don't have that one. The initial data set did not include the country names, the region that it is, and then the income groups. It doesn't include that in our data set. So we want to now merge that one as part of our data sets. Then the common mistake is that if the merge key is wrong, metadata columns may become missing. So what will be common will be this one, the code is missing or is wrong in that bit in the country reference JSON file, then merging would also not happen well, will not occur well. Yeah. So again, would have to transform our JSON file that we are extracting the information from into a data frame, which would now call country reference. And then we are merging that one with our data set. Remember, our new data set is now called panel. Okay, our new data set is now called panel. So we are now merging it to what? The panel data set. And it says that look for what? The country code, merge it on the country code. And how do you do it? On the left? Rename the column country name to column. We don't want to see country name. Instead of country name, now rename it. After you've merged, now rename it as country so that it's much shorter. So this one is coming from the reference, the country reference JSON file. So when you have done that, now print this and then I may print the number of missing values in the meta columns. Hopefully we should get 0. If we don't get 0, it means that there are some missing information which we would have to work on. Then print the panel, country, region column, check whether there are any missing information and give us how many missingness we have for each of them. When you're done, print the first 5 columns. Okay, all of these can be done in different cells. Okay, all of these you can give different cells for them to have to print them out or to give you the output. Okay, all right. So let's execute. Again, this like this is a separate command. Then this is also a separate command. This is also a separate command, and the print panel are also separate commands. So let's see what we get. So as you can see, missing values in the metadata 000. It means that everything is filled. There's no missingness in any of the merging that has occurred. Earlier, we only had this. Our panel only had this. But this time, our panel now includes country, region, and income group. Okay. It didn't have it earlier, but after the merging, it now has country, region, and then the income group. So at least we are getting what we're expecting, hopefully. Then stage 11, we want to check that the expected indicator columns exist. So before moving into analysis, we want to verify that the panel really contains the indicator columns created by the pivot setup. If one is missing, the notebook should stop here with clear message rather than fail later with a less information key error. So our goal is what? Fail early if the panel shape is wrong. And then the expected output is that a list of panel columns followed by column check passed. So required columns. So these are the columns that we're expecting. But at least, even looking at this, okay, even checking from the previous stage, you realize that it has all the columns that we need. Okay, but if you are doubting Thomas, you can also do it this way just to check whether everything is fine. So let's execute, and then we are saying that everything is there. Everything has passed. Okay, comparing it to the panel, the data in the panel, and just realize that everything that we needed, all the columns that you expected have all appeared. And as I said, you can do that. You could have just checked here also. Then we save our file. Okay, we save our file. It's already there, but we are still going to save it anyway. So this is the file that we already opened earlier, which I gave you. To show that it's different, we can even save it in a different name. Okay, you can save it in a different name so you can later compare. Okay, but this is the same file. It is going into the processed folder. So if your processed folder is not there, so what you can do is that after this, you can check the time. So with let me check the time. I'm going into the data. So the time is 10:20. I'm going to the process data, process folder, the API, Wk3 API. The time there currently is 4:32 p.m., which that's yesterday. So 5:22 that's yesterday's date, but 4:32 p.m. So you can check. Then after we run this, you can check whether it is whether the date changes to today's date. Please, you get what I mean? What I'm saying? Hello?
Yes, sir, we do.
Okay. So I've just checked mine, so you can check yours before you run this. So just to be clear on this, so here, this API, which we already generated, or you already have it, the date here is today, yesterday's date, and at 4:32 p.m. Okay, so I'm going to execute this line, and I'm expecting that this will also change. If it doesn't change, then it means I'm wrong. So we have that. So let me go there and then see that. Unless hey, where is it? I saw something I didn't like, so I'm running away from it. Okay, probably have to check the page where it is doing where I saved it in. So I have Drive, Collab, Informatics, Data Processed with Wk3. Okay, so I don't know why the date is not changing. Maybe because it's not different. They didn't do anything different. I was expecting the date to change. But this is what I do. This is what I'll do. Let me add maybe underscore new, and then execute this one just to make sure that it has generated it. So I'm going back to check my folder to see, did he create it or did he not create it? Oh, okay. I've just remembered. It is not going to appear here. It's not going to appear here. Let's click this folder. This folder on the Google Colab. But we can download it from here. So the Google Colab, now trace the folder in the informatics. So mine is in the processed. So you can see, okay, you can't see it. What's happening? I want to scroll. It's not scrolling. What's happening? Has somebody's own appeared? Why can't I scroll? I'm not able to scroll. Let me open this up. Oh, it has only changed position. People of God, are you there?
Yeah, we are here.
Okay. So has anybody been able to scroll? I don't know why this is proving stubborn. Okay, it looks like it's not going to happen for me. Okay, but as you can see here, it says that it is in what the Wk3, sorry, the data and then processed, and you can see Wk3 API. So I was expecting it to show up. I don't know why it is not showing up because we are saving. Can somebody check whether this has come up or not?
Yes.
Yours has come?
Yeah. My there's CSV file at processed.
Has
Yeah,
processed. Yeah, we already placed it there. But can you check the date?
The date.
The date. What's the date there or the time? The date and the time. Is it today's date and the time very recent? Still not sure why this is not. Let me start all of this. I'm still seeing only one. Probably have to check why. But can people confirm? No one is
I
confirming
think
for
the
me.
date is the problem.
No, it's not there. It's not there. I've changed the name, but still I can't find it there.
You can't find it there.
Yes.
Okay. I
It's
want to
still the old
confirm on
one.
this one also. This is the old one. What is happening? Because this Google Colab notebooks, informatics, data, processed, and that. Okay. All right, not too sure why it's not showing up. Probably have to check, but it should be there. Let me see notebooks. I'm not sure it should be. It's different. Okay, you would probably, I'll check later why that is happening. Okay. So for stage 13, we now move from collection to interpretation. So now that we have a clean panel, we can create a simple flags and look at Ghana and regional patterns. So the goal here is to use a clean panel to answer an economic question, not just build the data set. So what we are going to be doing here is to find the regional averages for 2024 and then a Ghana 2020 to 2024 data. Okay. So let's take a look at this. This one is coming from an example from what we did last week. So the panel, again, looking at the panel data, looking at the inflation column. So you're saying that what do we want? So panel inflation for all inflation figures that are greater than 10. And then panel internet above 50. So we are creating, so all of these are creating columns in the data set. And when we finish, we'll check. So as you can see here, it ends at, this one ends at income group. So we are going to create a new column. The first column would be, where are we? The first column would be high inflation, and it's going to be 1 if the inflation figure is greater than 10. And then we'll create inflation above 50. Okay, so another column which is going to be inflation above 50. So we greater than 50. Then region summary 2024, we are creating a placeholder. We're saying that should be panel. So going back to the data, the panel data, looking at the year, and which year should it look at? It should look at 2024. And what should it do? It should group all of these. So take region. Okay, so sorry, by region. Okay, by region, and here the region value here. So to take all Southern Africa, Western Africa, Eastern Africa, and so on. So it's going to group them by those regions. What should it do? It should, where are we? Where are we? Here. So it should take them and then take GDP for these regions for 2024, calculate the mean for GDP for 2024 for Southern Africa, for West Africa, Eastern Africa, and so on. Inflation, same. Unemployment, same. Interest rate, same. And round it up to 2 decimal places. Then, now we are going to do Ghana specific. The Ghana specific. So Ghana, the panel, so that's the data itself, the data, what the data that we are using, or the main data. Say panel, which country should you look at? The country, look at Ghana, because you are and then panel year, which year, take 2020. Then what are we doing? Give me the country name. So it's going to list the country name. So it's going to be Ghana throughout. It's going to be Ghana throughout. Okay, somebody says that what it saved this one. Okay, maybe we'll come back to that one. Let me just finish this one. I'll come back to what the person has just pasted. What Michael sorry, I just pasted. Where are we? So country, year, GDP. So it's going to list all of that for 2020. Okay. So what will you do? Print regional summary for 2024. So whatever we calculated here, print for 2024, print region summary 20_2024, print Ghana for 2020 to 2024, and then the recent that. So let's execute and see what we get. So you can see here for the region, Central Africa, East Africa, North, and so on. Then it has calculated for 2024 the average GDP rate for the entire Central Africa, inflation for the entire Central Africa, unemployment rate for the entire Central Africa. Okay, this should also be here, should be following in terms of the internet, should also follow up here. Maybe some of you would have it following. Then for Ghana, we have this. We asked it to, you remember it was what? Country, year, GDP, inflation, all of this for which year? 2020. So we also have, sorry, for 20, no, sorry, greater, I missed this one. Greater or equal to 2020. So 2020 upwards, my bad, 2020 upwards. So that's what we have here, 2020 to 2024. That's the maximum year. So you have 2020 up to 2024. So Ghana's GDP for 2020 was 0.4. For 2021 was 6.6, and so on. So it repeats it for each of the other variables in the data set that you said here that it should list. Okay. Are we good? All right, before we go to this last one, just let's go back to the save one that we have there. Where is, okay, save. Okay. So I think I'm just seeing something here. Let me undo this and then print. Okay, so let's see. Yeah. So it was just one thing that was stopping it from showing up. That was the exclamation sign. That was, sorry, yeah, it's exclamation. No, not exclamation. The hash sign that was there. So just take out the hash sign and then it should work. You should execute and it should work. Okay, so I just realized that when Michael pasted that. But when I come back to it, I realized that one was green. Please, have you seen what I'm saying? So you can see here now, we now have week three in the processed. Week three. Here, because I have the new. Hello?
Yes, Doc, we are here.
So have you done it? Let me know whether you've done it.
I'm doing it, so let me do it.
Yeah, so if you see here, if you go back to stage 12, in the cell, you have output, then have the next one is panel, but the panel has a hash.
Okay, so I think I got it.
Okay, so just take out the hash and let the panel start. There's going to be a space, so just push it to the left, and then when you execute, you realize that it now shows up. Okay, you can see it showing up here. Okay. And it will also show up in your folder. So you can also go into your folder and realize that it has now showed up.
I think I just checked the folder is there.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thanks, Michael. I think you drew my attention to that one. I went back, I saw it. All right. The others, I hope you've been able to do it. All right. So the last thing, and then hopefully Okay. So this is an example if we were downloading from the World Bank. Okay, if we're downloading from the World Bank. So here is, sorry, before we do this one, is there any question on what we've done so far before we do the last bit?
Hello, Doc.
Yes,
So
Joseph.
please, so in a situation where we don't have the live coding and then we have to do the analysis and the coding, how are we going to navigate through that?
Yeah, so that is what the homework would, the homework and the guided. So from here, you have not ended. I may end with you, but the guided notebook, is that the name? What's the actual name? The guided lab.
Okay.
Go through it. Every week has a guided lab. So this one would also try to take you through what we've done, but this time you'll be doing some fill up or filling in. When you are done with that, then you go to the homework, and that would also help you to go through the steps. So hopefully by the time you finish this one, you go to the homework, you get a clear idea of how you should go about it. Okay, I'm hoping so. I'm praying so.
So
in other words, we have to try our best to memorize
No, you're not memorizing. You're not memorizing. In fact, some of the codes here, you can copy them into the homework or the guided file. You realize that in the guided file, there are some missing place there where you have to fill it. So you get an understanding from the live coding to help you fill up the guided lab. Are you with me? So you don't have to choose them.
Yes, but in an examination, are we going to be giving the live coding?
Examination. You want an examination,
Oh,
even if
sir,
it's
we
an
don't want
exams and it's set up
Not
and
the-
it's don't worry, you be coming down, be coming down. In an exam, and if it's even an exam, it's going to be more of hands-on where, in fact, so you let's understand this for now. Okay, let's understand it for now. And the understanding, if you finish understanding it, you won't even care how whichever way the exams is, if it's an exams or whichever way the assessment is going to be like.
Yes, I think a project work would not be bad though.
Don't worry, I've already said it from day one. Day one was when
Concentrate
I
on
told
this
already
one
said
and
was
then
completed.
Thank you, sir.
So if you go back to day one, you realize that we've already cleared this heading.
Look, and please,
Although, yes,
if
I
you've
know some
done
of you
the
may give it to people to do it for you. Some of you may cheat somewhere here and there. I'm saying some of you, so if you're not part of the SAM, don't get worried. I'm begging you.
We'll do it ourselves.
Yeah, the main thing is we'll try to get the understanding and make sure that you can apply it later on.
Oh,
All right.
please. So if you've done the homework assignment, what are we supposed to submit it to you, or is just for us to understand?
No. So it's because I made some few changes. That's why I've not created it. But you realize that for week three, the where are you? You should open. I don't know whether it's showing. So now it should even open up now because I did it up to 11. So now it should be live. I even saw that some people had already downloaded it. So I think you already have it. So you'll be probably have to check. Maybe later somebody would probably help me see whether there's a space for you to upload. I hope there is. There should be. So when you click on it, it should give you a way to upload your final Word file here. Okay, so week 3 is there. So later I'll go back and create for week 1 and 2. So you can upload them. Are we okay?
Sure, but guys, please let us first understand this, and the video should come so that we can understand the week 2 and the week 1 properly, in as much as this, and not concentrate on exams and homework.
Exactly, because we are here for the knowledge, and I think our class reps, I don't know, but the videos are delaying, and it's not helping some of us because at least we should have the videos in time. We can go through it. because we follow the lecture all right as we are doing, but if we get the videos in time, it helps to fill in whatever gaps before the next lecture. Otherwise, it's a challenge. So our lecturer cannot do much about it, but the class reps, if you can help us with this.
You are mentioning class reps. They have done this follow-up. Myself, we have all done these follow-ups. You have to blame the management and not the class reps. They don't create the YouTube channels. It's the management that handles it. So I don't think it's an issue.
So what do we
Follow-up
do?
all the time and it doesn't work.
We don't get those.
Thank you, Ala. Thank you, Nusa.
Yeah, so that is why we are saying, that's why we are saying, I beg you say, that's why we are saying, let's first understand let's wait for the video to come before some of you will be pushing the homework submission, and those things. Let's first wait for it and let it come first. We beg.
Let me finish, then we'll see what you can do. Okay. All right. Yeah. Sorry about that. I hope we are still here.
So we are here.
Okay. So this is an example. Let me just go there. It said, a local JSON files are best understood as saved raw download. And in the raw world, the extra step is building a URL. So you need to be able to link or go to the website or get the URL of the web page, whether the World Bank or IMF or Fred or whichever data set, whichever site you are going to be scraping the data from or getting the data from. So you need that URL, then sending a web request, then checking whether it worked, and then saving that raw response before cleaning it. Okay. So the goal is to connect the classroom workflow to a real world API work, and then a readable example World Bank API URL and a plain language explanation of what it does. So it's not going to go into much detail. Maybe later we can go into more detail when it comes to the web page. At least if you understand the earlier one, then later we can go more into this. So here we have the example URL where we're going to build _ World Bank _ indicator. So this is more of, it's something that would already exist. So you can see as I'm even putting the cursor on it, it is showing you this, which is something which already an API or a link that already exists for the World Bank. So we are pulling it and giving it the name example URL. And we are saying that look for these codes. Okay, so it is going to only concentrate on these and then the indicator code, these ones. Okay, so what should it do? You should print the World Bank API URL. So that is what that's printed here. Okay. So, I mean, this was just a word. Print World Bank API, and that is the link itself is this. So this is what is printed. So this is the link it has printed. We can click on it and it could take us to the World Bank API page. So this one requires internet. So these are the part of the reasons why sometimes when you are doing live practice and trying to get some information online, you always have to be careful because it can also delay you. So you can see how this one is even delaying in opening. So whilst we wait for it to open, let's look at the other information. So we also asked it to print the URL names, the data we want. So here we have, where are you? I don't think it's printed everything that we needed because it's just printing those ones. Okay. So I'm not sure it's getting everything, but otherwise, okay, it links to the next one. So response, the status code, will tell us whether the request worked. Okay, no. All right, so these are just printing these other information. So you, for now, at least, this one is telling us, let me show you as it opened. Okay, so you can see this. Can you see what it has opened?
Yes, dog.
Yes,
Yeah.
dog.
So this is the API or the JSON for, let me see, is it pretty print? Let me see what it's, okay. So yes, I'm checking it. So check, you can see the JSON file that is going to be downloading. And this one is just for Ghana. Let me be sure. Kenya, we have Kenya here because we listed 3 countries you should do. Ghana, Kenya, and then some other country, Nigeria. Is that what we asked? Let me see. Yep. So Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria. So if you want other ones, you could add it to it. Let me see which one. Was it BDI? So let me try BDI, whether it will work. Blah, blah, blah. Let me execute. It's called in. So I have to, now you can even see it from here. Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, then what Burundi. So it has included that one. So I have to call that one and then, oops, it says what? Parameter invalid. The provided parameter value is not valid. Okay, so there could be an issue. All right, so maybe you'll probably check on that one later. I don't know whether because I added this one. Let me see if this one will now work. Okay, so maybe probably have to check why it didn't work with the BDI. Okay, so given this, then you can, depending on the number of pages and the now other things that you have, you can also apply all of these things to it. So somebody can dare himself, after you've gone through this and you believe you understand, see how you can continue with this. Okay. Okay, as you to complete everything that we've done.
Sorry, does it mean that the GHA and the KAN and that's how it has been defined in the World Bank?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
So probably just have to go there because here we the country codes here were more specific here. So I just have to check whether all the others. Maybe let me try another one and see. Okay, okay. I think I did a comma instead of
Column, yeah.
semicolon. So let me try the BDI again. So let's see. It better work. Can I do anything to it even if it doesn't work? I can't do anything to it, can I? So let's see. I hopefully it should work. So I think it's taking some time. So I think this one will work now. So you can see how a little mistake can give you an error. Okay, a little mistake in terms of a comma, instead of a semicolon, I entered a comma. All of these are things that you would would want to be watching out for. So again, they are always, I mean, the AI to help you to explain. So as we can see, you can see now it has added all the Burundi. Okay, so yep. Any question on this? All right. So if there are no question, I think we are almost.
Excuse me, sir.
Done. Okay, sorry, Abraham.
So, sorry, but after this thing, we know it automatically saved. But if we want to extract and assuming we have to send something, how do we go about that?
Sorry, come again. Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about the whole information. The
The
whole
whole
data,
information.
the work that we've done.
You want to save a copy onto your local machine or something?
Yes.
How do
Yes,
we?
but we've saved it into our local machine. So that's the
okay.
Wk3. That is what we saved here as the Wk3. Where is it?
Yeah, but
This one.
The SLV
so you
file.
said it's online. So do we have to, does it go automatically onto our local machine, or we have to
No, so maybe
download
there are
it
two
from there?
things. From what you are saying, you are talking about Mustafa. You are talking about the World Bank.
No, all the work that we've done, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, but in terms of what we have combined everything and we wanted it in a CSV format, and that is what we have done.
No, what he means is everything that we've done today in this kernel or whatever we call it, how do we save it onto our local machine? Abraham, I'm sure that's what you are asking.
So sir, you see, it as the command shows that it will be saved as a CSV.
Yeah.
We already have the CSV, but when we saved it, as we just told us, it changes the date and the time to reflect exact. So I want to know, maybe at the end of the day, and we close this one. When I open the CSV, you have to see exactly what we've done today, right?
Yes, definitely. You see the data.
Okay.
Okay, you see this data in the folder.
That's
The other thing is that whatever you've done now is because you are doing it online, it is automatically saving. So you can see you can see this cursor where up there, all changes saved. So if I should close this and reopen, it will open with all the outputs that we have done. Mustafa.
Yeah, but the last time you said that because we are online, if we leave here, we may not be able to access the folder again. So we have to save it onto, if I heard you right, the last time you said you have to make sure that we save it on our local listing because
So that's all. That one was the data. Okay, maybe. So let me update that information. So there can always be an update. So currently, let's just be sure. So what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to close this. Okay.
Okay.
But one, you've seen that the data has been saved. So you can see that it's already saved in a local drive. Are you with
Okay.
me? Are you with me on that one?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm dating that information. So maybe I gave you a wrong information earlier. So I'm sorry on that. But this one, as we can see, the data has now been saved in our local drive. And also here, we can attest to that. Now, the other thing is that if we made any changes, some of you did not add some of the things that I did. I think I added some new commands along the way. Okay, where can I see some of them? Even in terms of this, because I'm not going to, let me just close this and then reopen it here. Okay, not here, but where is, so let it upload and then I can change the folder. So this is in the data. Let me go to back to the notebooks. And then week 3 live coding. So I reopen it. I just hope, yeah, no, it should be because even in Jupyter, that's what happens. So, oops. So you can see that this is what I ran earlier. It is still there. This one, the result is also here. Okay, you can see that all the ones which have results are still showing. So these are the things that we did earlier.
Okay.
Is that with me? So they are already saved. You don't have to do anything unless it's showing up that it's not saving. That is when we probably click on save, so it saves. But otherwise, all the things, and if you added new columns, they'll all be saved automatically because they are being saved in the cloud. So you would always have access to it. So sorry about what I said last time. Maybe there was an error somewhere. That's how come it didn't happen that way.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome.
Hello, Doug.
Yes, Joseph.
So assuming after we've said, I want to share the whatever I've done to someone. How will I share that one?
Yeah, so the same way I also shared this with you. Do you get what I mean? So remember, I just put it online and you download it. I can also share it through WhatsApp or whatever. You get it. Okay. But for data I mean, when you want to be a data analyst and in this area, the best way is to use a GitHub. Okay, so Although you have it in your Google Drive, so you can also share it from there. But if you share it and you don't share it well, it means that any changes that somebody makes would also change the data in your drive because you've shared it and the person has access to it. So you can rather download and then share. But with the GitHub, I'm just opening. So this is a GitHub that I have installed online. So I mean, this is the app I've installed on my local drive. Good. So these are, you can create your own GitHub account, and then all these things that we are doing is being stored there. In fact, you can be referring from it from there so that anytime, any change that you do would also reflect. So it will even tell you the number of changes that you have made. So you can see the original file and then the new file. And in between all the changes that you made, all of that would be stored in here. So you can share this. So these, I think some of these are, most of them are even people's GitHub account that I have integrated into mine, what we call fork. So here I've forked people's GitHub, and then it has replicated the same thing in mine. So for instance, if you go here, this for week 1, no, week 0. If you go to week 0, some of the information is in GitHub. I think this one is a GitHub. Okay, so the 30 days of Python. So when I click on it, it's going to open in the GitHub app. So with this, all I do is that if I want it to appear in my local drive, so this one was created by someone called his page is called Asabin, or whatever the name is. Okay, what the name is, the pronunciation. Sorry, I should say whatever the name is. Apologies to the person. So how it's pronounced. So if I want it on my local drive, all I do is to click on this, and it asks me whether do I want it to now reflect in my local GitHub account. So if I say yes, then I just click on create fork, and then it creates, and now it appears as part of the list. So you can see that the person's name is gone. It is now on mine. So here also, this is another way of sharing. So it's online. You can share privately, you can share it publicly. So they have shared it publicly. So this is another way of sharing with another person. Okay, so again, doing all of this, I think even a video can help you set up a GitHub account to do all of this, so you know what actually you are doing. So I hope I've not confused you on this one. Are you okay on this?
Okay.
I'm still not clear, bro.
Okay, I'm saying that, okay, I'll just go simple than going around all I've done.
No, what I mean is that,
yes,
you see, like Stata, I know maybe this software is different from Stata, but you see, like Stata, after running the
sorry, your line is breaking.
Work output that hello.
Yeah,
Hello?
start again. Your line was breaking.
Okay, please. Like I mean, like Stata, example like Stata. When you have done your analysis, you can save the output alone that you have generated, and then save the command too. So you can share the command output differently, and also share the command differently. But you see, with the one we have just done, when you share it to someone, the person will save with the live code plus the output, all of that. Is there any way you can only save the output, then leaving the command, the other code, live codes?
All right, so you can't save only output. The output will definitely come with a command. Okay, but you can share you can share only the command, just like I shared with you. All that you worked on right now was only the command first. Before, when you started clicking, it was giving you the output. Are you with me? Joseph, are you following?
Okay. Yes,
Okay,
please. I'm
so
following.
here, yes. So here, if I like, here I can go back and then I'll clear all outputs. So when I clear all outputs, everything it was just going to be the commands. No output is showing anymore. Okay, all the outputs are gone. So I can share this, and that is what I shared with you. But to get only the output, like the way Stata does, even in terms of Stata, it will still give you the command and the output. Stata will not give you only output, because in the results window, it is both the result, both the command that you initiated, you executed, and the output. The only disadvantage is that for Stata, you can't run that. You have to still go back to, you still have to go back to, how's the name? To the do file to run. But with Python, with R, with all these other ones, you can rerun all of these. As I've cleared it, when I run again, even if I click run all, it will just run everything from the first page up to, it will do it one at a time until everything is done, and then runs everything. Okay, so it is that when I did a click run, and it has gone through everything. If I don't want the output to show again, I just come here, clear output, and then it's gone. Then I can share this with someone, because whatever the case, because this is what reproducibility. So that anybody who gets this can reproduce the same thing. As that's how come you are all getting the same thing that I'm getting. Okay, the same results that I'm getting. I hope it's clear, Joseph.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
All right. So in terms of the naming, if you want to rename it, just up here, you can just click on this and then you can rename it here. Okay, Abraham, if you want to rename this, or if you want to this one to remain, and then at least maybe have the original there, you can come to file and do save as. So you have this, save a copy in Drive, save a copy in GitHub, or save a copy, copy just, and then a copy in GitHub. So that is also here. So you can always save it in a different name. Or if this name, you don't want it at all, you can just change it here. You just delete this and then save it there also. Okay. Any other question? All right. So if there are no other questions, then we'll close our session for today. And then tomorrow, let's say tomorrow. When again, next week, we'll meet again to continue. Okay. So
Thank you.
I'll try, and then I don't know, even because reps have contacted them, and they have not still given the link to the video. So I don't know whether, maybe I'll just also add my voice and see what happens. Okay. All right. So thank you very much, guys, and enjoy your weekend.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, and nice weekend.
Thank you,
Thank you,
dog.
Doc. We are grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you, dog.
Thank you too.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you, dog.